And we are live. So welcome back, everyone. Welcome to DIREWOLF. With us we have our usual players. Alyssa.
Hello.
We have Naz.
Hello.
And we have Rusk.
Hello.
We also have...
Yes. Hello.
a loading spiral on my screen.
Showed up for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
It showed up for me too. Yeah.
I'll try just doing it again.
It showed up for me there as well.
Yes.
Wow.
Greetings.
Yeah. I just have a little spiral going around in circles.
What was that?
Matthias, don't.
I didn't mean to do that.
Okay, that's not working for me.
Try to close the one previous.
I'll just try reloading. Reloading mode 20. No, okay.
Yeah. Well.
Nope. That is awfully strange and annoying. Oh well, let's do this the jank way. We have...
You're gonna
that's...
just put up the PNG.
That's not showing either.
What the fuck? It's showing for us.
Oh,
You
there,
have some
there,
cache issues,
there you
I
go.
think.
There you go. It came.
Oh my god.
It's still not working
Coming
with
like multiple times now as well for us.
Yeah, it's still not working with Shift Z for me.
You want me to say yes, hello every time you show it?
No, it's fine. We have Bakari. Let's see if Cogno works. Yay, Cogno works. Well.
So it's just cursed Bakari. Yeah, cursed Bakari.
Yeah, well, yeah, that kind of makes
Hello.
sense, I guess. So
Minor
yeah.
madness immediately, right?
Recap. Who wants to do it?
I can do it.
Go for it.
Yep. Okay, so check exactly when we started on the last session. I think we were still in the village. Yes, we were. A village we stopped at on our way to the temple we're going to try and find. And we were already split up by the end of that the session before that into 3. So first one was at the Dragon Temple with Lissa and Asaki, as they were going to try and get some information on the Shadow Monks from them. So what we found out is that they have been trying to... The monks have apparently been trying to get them to give up a dragon heart, I think. Heart of the dragon, which seems to be some kind of artifacts of power. And they've been very annoying about it. The reason they're doing it is because the temple which the monks are staying at previously seemed to have been worshipping the dragon. We also got a more specific location for where this is, which is about a day's travel to the east, up in the mountain, at the very top of the mountain. We should absolutely try and get equipment for climbing the mountain if we were going to climb it. Spoiler alert, we didn't climb it. And what they think is happening in the town is that the Shadow Monk have been bringing middlemen as spies to the trade, and also they seem to be looked down at by the people in the town. We also find out that there are basically rocky terrain and wildlife and goblins to be avoided on the way there. Marketplace, which people went a little bit nuts for trying to get stuff after they got up to the second floor with special magical items. Luckily, we had a lot of money, so we got ourselves some very good magical items, which we can explain if we want to. Which that was Bakari and Rask, I think, that were there. I don't remember who was there.
We were all there at the shops when we actually did.
Oh
the
yeah,
purchasing.
yeah, okay. But 2 people were there beforehand, and just being 2 people, Bakari and 1 more,
That was Cogner, I believe.
possibly. Yeah, because Naz and Rask ended up leaving another church we had been at beforehand for the spider, and went to visit the matron mother. And you guys can do that session if you want. That part.
No, it's fine. You can continue. I don't think that was much happening.
All we did in the first church was basically get lay down on who the matron was, and key we dropped a contribution in the donation, which paid off later. Ish.
Yes, that was the session before the last one. And last one you went to the house of the matron mother, or that.
Yeah. I mean, Bakari suddenly popped up.
I think Naz, Rask, and Bakari went there to visit. And no, we all did. We all went there.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Bakari just fled.
Yeah, you fled when we got into the office because probably minor madness. And
Probably.
there are lots of spiders, and it seems the matron mother can see through basically any spider here, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
And she seems to be a person that is willing to give us some information in return for us stopping them from harassing the town. And at first she didn't really believe in us much, so she didn't see much of a reason to invest things in us. But then we kind of convinced her that no, we've actually been doing quite a few things. So she's willing to give us a map. And it's getting late, so but before we go to sleep, Asaki and Lisa spar, which seems to be a distraction. Asaki trying to distract Lisa from checking her stuff all the time. Next day, we started going to the base of the mountain, but instead of going, we just take a freaking helicopter. So instead of it taking 1 day, it takes like 2 hours.
Yep.
And then we do a fucking halo jump.
Yes, and some of them invisible. Some of them seem to be invisible. We meet first Darrow, I think. I think that's the first one we meet.
No, his name isn't Darrow. That's the type of gnome, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the race.
Okay. Let's see, what's his name? Did I actually write it? No, Darrow, Savant, Geddon, and there's another guy. But we met a very insane guy, and he seems to have his own opinion on things, and he didn't really... Rask tried to charm him. Kind of worked, but he still didn't believe Rask, or he believed Rask believed it.
Gadon
When
and
Rask tried-
Gedun.
Yeah, Rask tried to talk about a prophecy with the book and everything. which was hilarious. We kind of started talking there for a while before we managed to get the other gnomes out. And some of the gnomes were... We figured out they have different opinions about what to do with the book. The book is clearly what gives them power to survive. They also are aware of the name of Nima, Lissa's past life, which seems to be their ancestor.
Mm-hmm.
And they have different opinions about what to do with the book piece that they have, which is what we want, but it's also giving them power to survive, and they don't want to give it up unless they have another power source that can keep them alive. And they don't trust us to just take the book and fix this, because, I mean, we're strangers. Why would they? And one of them seemed to be more of the opinion that we keep it because it's our power. And the second one seems to be, no, we need to get rid of it because it's evil or something, but they need to have a solution to the problem as well.
Also worth noting, something that I vaguely remember about one of the ancient ones, the tentacle monster that we've met a few times now, the one that we deciphered some of the words from.
Yep.
Seems like they knew or cooperate with it in some way.
I think they are, that's kind of one of the things they are worshipping.
Yeah.
So they are...
It
I
gives them
remember last time
shadows.
we had to make a wisdom save when the guy spoke the name. I don't remember if everyone had to make that same save or not.
I think we did.
Yeah, we did.
No, I was thinking specifically of Nas. Because he has been somewhat resistant to stuff relating to those guys. Those big evil guys.
But yeah, other than that, I think the consensus is the Darrow should have a chance of, you know, surviving into this new promised land. And to get this page, we can either take it by force or guile, or we can trade for something powerful that they can use as a source. And we got told that the Dragon Heart was the only one they knew of, and the Dragon Heart is in the town we were in, protected by the former clan of I don't remember his name, but the hunter.
Asaki's father is part of the church there of the dragon thing.
Yeah.
So he's... Asaki doesn't seem to be very religious, at least, but he's kind of grown up with it.
So we now basically need to figure out, okay, do we make some surface attempts at least asking to for the Dragon Heart, and perhaps they can then lead us further into any other alternative sources. It's like, no, don't eat me. My brother is far fatter and stronger. So if that happens,
I think at
then-
least as characters should... we should probably let them in on part of at least the whole... yeah, no, we are trying to get rid of the entire fucking curse, but I'm not sure if these people probably want it gone. Do we know anything? Like, we know the other city wants to get rid of the curse.
Mhm.
Do we know anything about this city, if they are of the same mind?
Thomas?
You don't really know anything of it. Like they've been dealing with it better, but as far as you can tell, it's like they have still been corrupted by the Shadowfell over the years. So removing it will be, in the long terms, a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think at least it's... we might have to let them in on the whole, yeah, no, we're trying to remove the curse, and they have a thing, but they won't give it up until we get give them another power source. But I don't want them to try right away to then go, yeah, no, let's just kill them.
Yeah. So, what do we obviously have to get back to the town nonetheless. And I'm guessing we're doing it by the same.
We teleported.
Oh right, we teleported. Yeah. Okay. Well then, that's
We're back in town.
that's easy enough. Before we teleported,
Let's
I
see.
asked for anything of any item or anything substantial to the Darrow place so I could teleport back. Did we end up resolving that, Thomas? The guy joked about giving me his sandal, I believe. That was at least part of it.
Yeah, I think
But,
he did give you his boot.
But honestly, maybe that actually would work. Because I don't think they leave this place much, do they?
Not really, no.
But there were some like shrines and stuff, right? Like some not shrines, but some maybe a crumbled piece of rock from that, you know, that symbol that was on the ground that we read. It probably has some crumbled pieces that I could take up that had like parts of that ritual symbol on it.
Pull you over here for now.
But we're not in. We left the place, so we can't exactly do that now.
No, but I did that already. Like, but we brushed over it then because we had little time.
Okay.
But yeah, some of the stone from like this part.
You mean some rock from a mountain?
No, some part of this ritual site here that we we found out was.
Yeah, so the
like
carving in the ground. Do you want to like start going at it with a pickaxe in front of the dwarves?
No, I'm
The
just
gnomes?
thinking that if it's crumbled.
No, it's not. Not really.
It's old and it's kind of worn and it's kind of lost its power, but there's no like it's not broken as in loose pieces.
No, there's no pieces. It's a carving in the rock. If there are any loose pieces, it's just a generic rock.
Wait, aren't we back in town?
We are.
Yeah, we're
but
just
I'm
retconning
just trying
something.
to figure out what Rask picked up.
Yeah.
A part of the some fallen tiling here from this Buddhist from this.
Yeah, you
temple.
can roll me a perception. Nope.
Yeah, fuck it, then I'll get the goddamn sandal.
At least it's a souvenir.
Sandal of insane Darrow.
Yeah.
Do you have that?
Might be worth a lot back in Earth.
Yeah, well, I do certainly have a smelly ass sandal now. Luckily, it's in my goddamn bag of holding, so it won't smell up my backpack.
Smell of coal. Like, suddenly, like an archdemon comes hunting you. Yeah, your smell is leaking through dimensions, man. My dimension, dude. It's not cool.
Oh, imagine
Alright.
imagine being a creature who lives in the extra dimensional plane where all the bag of holdings connect. It's just like people keep throwing so much weird stuff in here. But anyway, joking aside, yeah, you have the boot, the sandal, and did you teleport back to town or?
I
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
the end of it.
So then you are back in Rockmount. There it is.
And we still have my mansion from before because it lasts 24 hours.
Yeah, that is true. So you are currently at the mansion.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have like a little group sesh. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah. Like the amount of times we've used this mansion, Mats, as a fellow DM, I think it's nigh on time that you give me a map for it. at
Shouldn't be too,
at least the kitchen and the hallway, because that
Yeah,
seems to be the
main
most
part.
popular. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where everything
Should have
happens.
thought of that before actually, because that's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, for next time.
But yeah, so in the mansion, we go to the Batcave, obviously,
Mm.
because that's where we that's
Yes,
the battle.
open. So we use a spot.
Yeah. So yeah, what do? We have two possibilities. Either we find some alternative power source, or we get the heart of a dragon that they seem to worship here. So that should go about fairly easily, one would assume.
They seems kind of protective of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. But perhaps we should figure out exactly how protective, and
Well-
if they value it over having the curse removed.
I think maybe talking to the leaders of those and the leaders of like the matron mother. Actually, we should probably also figure out how much those two like each other before we bring those two together.
Yes.
True. Very much.
Because they are, you know, different religious leaders.
Yes, and it does seem like this society is quite dramatically charged.
So I can ask Asaki after he comes back.
I think Asaki will be a key player in this play.
I actually think if
Hmm.
we want to have freer hands in how to deal with this, maybe not tell him
Hmm.
behind his back, but we don't know where his loyalties lie, and despite being very helpful and intrigued by our party, old ties might bind him stronger than our cause.
Well, he didn't really have too much of a problem getting me into that church, so
Yeah, how did he get you into that church?
you know. He had his ways. Liz is blushing.
Well, if he's willing to lie to his former clan, then perhaps
Or
his loyalties do not lie there.
truth. No, he totally lied on something.
Probably a big difference risk between lying to get access or getting in and stealing or something fundamentally.
What
Just
when we were actually talking to the people there, it was more omission. And
Right. Well,
arguing.
I'm afraid Naz is still correct. We do not entirely know him. I've come to like him, but he's not yet passed my trial of the circle. I could put him through it.
You just say zone of truth, man.
It sounds much better when you say it like trial of the circle.
Welcome to the truth show.
Either way, it's certainly an option, isn't it?
Yeah, well, also matron mother, she seems to have business. Most people are under the.
DM,
Mm.
could I make an investigation or perception check to look for spiders?
You can.
Inside of my mansion, are you accusing me of something?
Well, it's not like I, guys, stop talking. I'm gonna look for spiders. This is something Nas just does.
True.
Which one do you want? What's the most perception, maybe?
I'm guessing perception, yeah. Right. Spot something.
Mhm.
Thomas?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna take that. Yeah. So yeah, that's correct. Use the perception. Ah, that's scheiße. That's not the character. Let me just know. I was a 2 on the die. I'm gonna use a luck point to reroll that.
You know, spiders are everywhere. You see them.
Luck indeed.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you find no spiders.
Do you find something compromising on Vrask's capabilities of making a fantasy space, though?
I'm not looking for that.
Like a glitch in the
But
Matrix?
there are some glitches in the Matrix though. It's more like things you've overlooked because
Mhm.
it's in your mind. It's like there's no there's no fire extinguisher in this room. There's There's no what's it called in English? List.
There's no
No.
ventilation. The central beam here is horribly misaligned.
Yeah, that's like that pillar couldn't possibly be bearing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's and like yeah, there's no edge where the floor meets the wall. It's just like a perfect corner, stuff like that. It's just like yeah, things you don't think of unless you actually are a carpenter or house builder type.
You look behind a cabinet and you find the checker box material.
Yeah, it's pink from Unity. Like
Yeah.
behind all the furniture, there's just pink. But yeah, no, you don't find any spiders.
So
Yeah, he doesn't interrupt the conversation to tell you that there's
then,
no interrupt the conversation.
yeah.
Well, I
Kareem,
think matron mother, since we did kind of, she is invested in trying to make sure these people don't come and harass her town.
well, it seems perhaps that her investment into this issue is somewhat overblown.
Well,
Out of
okay, it's
proportion.
more of it's still an investment, but she wouldn't be bothered if we didn't deliver. Probably.
Yes.
But still, we have a possible solution, so she might be interested in hearing that.
I mean, I
As
also feel like
thing in addition to the whole, let's get rid of the entire curse.
yeah, there we go. That's exactly what I was trying to say. I feel like that is sort of the main cause.
I still think what they said was relevant.
Well, yes, true, but I feel the more important fact is we'd be removing this great curse, but I think something you said earlier is also true. We do not know what their thoughts are on that prospect. They might very much like it. Maybe they don't admit to it, but perhaps they find comfort in it, or power, like the Darrow.
Did any of the pieces ever, was any of the pieces of the book ever in this town itself, this town specifically?
Yep.
Which piece was that?
The one you helped escort came from this town.
Okay, so that might help us because that means they probably gave that willingly.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point.
So which means they know, they would know we helped finishing escorting that,
Ah,
especially considering the priestess went back here.
another thought just struck me.
What?
What if they accepted to give away their piece because they had another source of power to protect them already?
That's the whole point, isn't it?
These
That
people
they
don't
want
need that.
dragons.
These people aren't the one that wants to keep a power source. That's the gnomes.
Yeah, but these people might not say it, but I'm pretty sure they also need protection and power. They are a little enclave in the middle of these mountains, inhospitable as we've seen. I don't think they would like to be without their power source as well.
Well, I don't think they would have given it away in the first place if they didn't think it was possible to get together the entire book and get rid of the curse. Why would they?
No, I
The-
know.
Do we think we could find
they have an extra
another?
power source doesn't mean they would be willing to give up what they already have unless it was for a good reason.
Yes, I'm just saying maybe taking out this last piece of power they have.
Are you here?
I think. Listen, we don't have much time here, and every day we spend discussing and talking is a day that we don't get to get closer to our goal, which is to grow our capabilities and better face Kintimentu when we get back from here. But every hour that goes by without doing anything is an hour lost. So we need to make a decision. Do we steal the source they want from the dragon people, or do we ask for the matron's mother help in getting the power source? Alternatively, she decides to though just take.
Do you think that we could find another power source so that they can both have one?
Yes, that is another
Do we have-
angle. But that would take a lot more time, I think.
do we have to
I
work
think The
Easiest or
east. I think the first. Okay, so I think the easiest and fastest would be to talk to the Dragon Temple about the heart, and I think I would need to have Asaki with us then, because to get in and actually talk to them, he is our way in there.
Nas shakes his head. I don't think going and talking will help. That might even actually make it harder for us if we decide to just take it.
Well, I am not. I don't want to just take it, so I would prefer to do this without resorting to that just yet.
And we do have the capabilities to convince them of just about anything. The problem here is the ethics of doing so. How
Yes,
far are we willing to go?
in the end, we will remove, hopefully, this dark and dreary curse that they're living in.
Yes, but what I'm saying, I
Action the village.
I would either convince them to give us the heart of the dragon, or ask Matron Mother if she knows of another power source that we can give to the gnomes as a trade. That
I
is my
see.
opinion, at least. One of those two.
I agree with that assessment. However, I would suggest an alternative start, and that is that we first begin by talking to the priestess that brought us here. She is friendly to our cause, she knows what we're fighting for, and she might be able to provide us some information that might lead us to make a decision.
That is a good idea. I think she has information on these people that we do not have.
Exactly. I think we should do that at once, for as Nas has so pointedly graced us with, there is short amount of time available. I do not wish to rush into anything, but we must face that reality. Alright. I will go and get a cup of tea. It's been a jarring few hours, and I'm just going to sit down for a bit, and then I'll be right with you, and we'll talk to the priestess. Sound good?
Sure.
Great. Anyone else for a spot of tea?
No,
I'd love
thank
some. Do you have oolong?
Ah, I might.
Wonderful.
Bakari raises his hand.
Yes?
Yeah, he wants tea. That's it. That's it.
Right. Yeah, no, this isn't a school, Karim. You can just follow along. And yeah, they leave
Yeah.
up. And yeah, basically have a short rest. Before going and checking out with the priestess that I don't remember the name of that was with us on the caravan.
Evie
Evie.
is her name.
Evie, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
This is sitting down and start sorting through stuff again.
typing something quickly. Mm.
Mumbling
Right.
to her.
Right. So yeah, you go to talk to Evie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, you find her. She is currently tending to the graves outside the church. You see at 8 there on the map, there's a graveyard.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, when Rusk arrives, he's going to do a greeting, sort of bow.
Mm-hmm.
What would be the appropriate greeting to someone like her?
Just a bow, I guess, and maybe like just wait until she turns to you, kind of.
Yeah. But no, like, no, what sort of words, like mistress or priestess?
Priestess.
Or priestess. Yeah, so then he just does the bow and says priestess.
Mm.
And then waits for her to respond.
Yeah. She just finishes tending to the grave she's currently at, and then comes over to you. Yes. What did you want?
We have some serious matters to discuss, and would like to do so in private if that is all right by you.
Of course. Let me just check one thing. I want all of you to make a Constitution save. Everyone who's there.
What time of day is it?
It was 11, but we
No.
had a short rest, so
The-
around
the-
midday.
The time of day is night because it is the Shadowfell.
Yes, I know, but it's around midday.
But did we all
Wonderful.
go? I didn't really catch after the tea
I
thing. What
just
we...
not went. Rask went on his own.
Oh.
I mean, I actually just typed out in chat.
I said that I would join you in going. I didn't say I was necessarily going alone.
Yeah, well, I'm okay with the DM calling here. I'm just want to move things along.
Yeah. Well, then it's Rask and Cogner because they're the two that rolled. It was a ridiculously easy check, but Rask, you still failed. It's not a bad effect though. It's basically you're just you have the poisoned condition.
Right.
No damage, but it just means that like you have problem with concentration.
Disadvantage.
Yeah. Because as you're like just waiting for her to finish up with his grave, you're looking around and you see that Drow Graveyard is basically another word for spider feeding ground / breeding ground.
No,
Oh yeah, I'm
As,
glad that Picard didn't go.
As pretty much all of the graves are open graves, and that's where the spiders go to eat and to lay their eggs.
Rask is very good at concealing the fact that he's fucking grossed the shit out.
Yeah, exactly. That's why the save. Cogner, you barely make it, so it's like you're just borderline disgusted by this.
Cogner is like, my ankles itch a little, and then he just like notices the rest of the things around him and just, takes out a notebook, starts sketching.
Yeah.
Rask luckily drank some tea that allowed him to have a stiff upper lip when he ended up in a situation like this.
Mm-hmm. But she follows you a bit away from the path.
I actually recommend her that we go to my mansion.
Yeah, you're gonna say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My extra dimensional plane.
If this is going to take a long time, then I need to finish my duties first.
It might, if you know how long it'll take. Your duties, that is.
I should be ready in... I don't know how to say this medievally, but it's roughly 20 minutes.
Okay. Well, I shall prepare some food then. Meet me, and then I describe the location of the portal.
Yeah.
And then I'll return. I'm going to get the butlers to put on a nice little dining scene room, and tell everyone that we've got visitors. The priestess is coming.
And you...
Cogner stays at the graveyard for a bit and just takes notes and
Fucking weirdo.
ask questions like, so what if it's okay that I ask, what are the what are the traditions and rituals here in the area for burials, etc. For I see that you feed the spiders, etc. But are there any like extra rites, etc. that you might be?
She goes to... you follow her around as she's doing her duties, and she explains it to you. Basically, there's the only people who get actual rites and ceremonies is the upper class, so mostly priestesses and like the matron.
Thought there wasn't a class system here.
They did have a class system here. That's why only some people can go to the upper level of the marketplace.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
That
this
kind
is
of
not the
class.
same city.
This is not the
Yeah,
same
not
city. Yeah,
Okay, so they have a different system. Okay.
yeah. No, they have very much have class systems here. There's nobles and there's workers, basically.
Mm.
And also only the nobles, which includes the clergy. If you're the owner of a shop, for example, that classifies you as a noble.
Mm-hmm.
It's not super grand nobles, but there is a
No.
division.
Yeah, there is a division. If you have some kind of importance, you are considered a noble. Importance to the community. So they get like a burial rights. She explains that to you as well. And then if you're a lesser person, then you probably just get thrown in a mass grave.
Oh.
If you're a lesser person with dignity, you'll just leave before you die. You'll grab a sword and you'll wander off into the darkness. The long walk.
Oh.
And if you're a noble, you get obviously these ceremonies and you get your own grave. But as you can see as well, a grave is basically just a ditch. They dig a hole, throw you in, and then that's basically what she's doing now. She's going around and like sprinkling herbs, sort of. It seems like, over the fresher corpses, which attracts the spiders.
Oh. Oh, fascinating.
And there is one tiny mausoleum or tomb on the map as well. That's where that is actually like a small. It's underground. That's where they have the sarcophagi of the previous matrons,
Oh.
or as you know, mayors, basically.
Yeah. So they get interred, I assume, and
Yes, they are not to be fed upon because while the spiders grow strong from feeding and breeding with or in the clergy and the upper class, the matron mother corpses are preserved in the event that the spider god wishes to raise them back.
Ooh. Interesting. Thank you for
And like you could tell that all of this is pretty much it's religion. It's tradition and rituals in like the mundane sense. But she like you can also tell she is a cleric, so she believes in this as if it is fact that one day the corpses will rise from the because the Spider Queen will wish them back. Like she knows this is going to happen. This is fate, or this is faith. I mean.
Yeah.
But you can tell that it's basically just tradition.
Yeah.
But that's how they've done it.
Yeah. Cogner knows that in theory they do. There is probably magic in this area, and they probably have some sort of wards or some sort of rituals, etc. That can be invoked. But the from their point of view, it would be the spider gods. Bringing them back. So he takes. He then walks around and takes notes for like the. And like sketches graves, etc. And then eventually he heads on back to the mansion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's fine. You arrive. You go there with her because you're sketching and writing, and her duties doesn't take that long. So you basically just travel back to the mansion yourself, or together. I mean, she arrives in the mansion for the rest of you.
Yeah, so of course we give her I give her like a welcome, with all the butlers,
Mhm.
doing this sort of the Queen's visit sort of procedure.
Be our guest. Be our guest.
Oh fuck! Should there be a musical number when she enters? No, that would be too much.
Yeah. That's too much life for this dimension.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, of course, everything is styled to be very drow
Mm-hmm.
and very dour. But I know that this sort of society likes the upper classism and elitism that this display puts on as well.
Mm-hmm.
So certainly don't sway away from that. Either way, in a macro sense, what I'd like to do from this meeting is to kind of just tell her the truth, I think. Actually, first suss her out, like do some insights, make sure she's, at least somewhat trustworthy.
She is
and
already in on at least part of the stuff.
She is, yeah. She's
She would
something
know.
on-
She knows we went to the monastery for the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let her in on the important Shadowfell related stuff. We are trying to remove the curse. We're doing our very best. That we've ran into an hindrance, and want her advice on what to do next.
I was kind of hoping you would be talking longer. I just put a sweet in my mouth.
Well, that's a
Sweet?
first.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, she says, I'm just going to do it out of character.
Yep.
She explains that getting the heart from the Temple of the Dragon will be peacefully, at least, it will be nigh on impossible, because that is their most guarded secret. Or not secret, but their most guarded relic.
Mm-hmm.
Though she does know where it's being kept. She says also that the Temple of the Dragon was the original, like that was what the Drow worshipped before the spider. So it is an ancient order, and they probably have more magical stuff hidden away. Though, by the sounds of it, you need, like, to satisfy the Darrow, you'll need something of considerable power for them to consider it a replacement.
Yeah.
So, like, giving them a +3 longsword, yeah, giving them like a +3 longsword won't cut it. That's.
What about the Sunheart medallion?
Are you asking the players, or are you asking her?
No, yeah, I'm asking. I guess I am asking all of you.
Who has it currently?
Well, thing is,
Arcadia.
part of the Sunheart medallion isn't going to recharge until we're out of it.
That's true. It's not as powerful here.
And,
Actually, no, it's quite powerful there. It just doesn't recharge.
it's quite powerful, and
it
it
draws
will.
down all the wrong attention.
Yep.
Either way. Okay, so continue, Thomas.
Yeah. So she says you'll need something of considerable power. They might have something that fits the bill, but she doesn't know that. She doesn't know if they do.
Does she know of any similar items that can be claimed from forces a little bit more malicious?
Well, there is the elders, but taking one of those down is, yeah, like
Are we better at
you'd have a. She like jokingly says like you'd have a better time or an easier time waging a war on Skyed Wayham.
So that's a no-go then.
And then you can hear like mumbling a bit though, and like though pretty much any part of their bodies would contain enough magic to be turned into an artifact. But yeah, that's why am I even thinking of this?
Question, DM.
Yeah?
Have you started up one of the ancients to the point where they can be killed?
Nope.
Or have you just done the DM thing where these are omnipotent, all-knowing gods?
They're not all knowing.
HP
They're
is
just
an alien concept to them.
yeah.
They have
They're
a single feature called Succeed.
they're basically at least Tarask level. But no, I haven't statted them.
So you're saying we're in a zone fairly small with like 4 Tarasks.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
Right, so that's a no-go. So from what it sounds like, the only option is steal the book from the Darrows, steal the heart from the dragon people.
Yeah.
Either one works for Nas, but he isn't there. He's already decided to about the dragon heart.
And at this point, I'm gonna ask Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas, have you found the map now for the Darrow inside bits?
Nope.
Fuck's sake.
Uh,
So heist into the Darrow dungeons might not be as viable.
I mean, do we even have a map to the place with the dragon heart?
Do you
Yes.
even need a map?
I do
Oh,
have
we
a
do?
map for the dragon shrine
Yeah.
and the interior.
Sounds like it's gonna be the dragon shrine.
To be able to.
Guys, that is the wrong reason to make a decision. Because you don't actually need a map to run a heist.
No, you don't. You don't.
Mm.
It could be theater of the mind pretty easily, yeah. Actually, that could have been more enjoyable, to be fair.
Yeah.
We can talk about it later, but
Yeah.
I personally think I did a pretty good skill challenge here the other day. My players disagreed with me, so that might mean I was wrong.
Okay. Yikes.
I like how you formulated that sentence. Like, I ran a pretty decent skill challenge the other day. My players disagreed, but I liked it.
There's more nuance to it.
Yeah, there is,
There's
there is.
just the fun side to it.
Yeah. But yeah, there are other ways. We don't need the interior of the shrine, the mountain shrine.
No.
Yeah.
Problem. Okay, so I would lean more towards the dragon heart just because it seems so far that taking the book without replacing it is going to, and if we don't finish getting rid of the curse before we leave, it's gonna doom the gnomes.
Yeah, the gnomes are fucked. At
But
least,
that might
actually,
not-
let's ask that from the priestess. What would happen if we were to steal the dragon heart from this place?
Hmm. She honestly doesn't know. Like, it doesn't seem to be central to any of the... to anything.
So it's not like the main thing defending this place.
No.
Yeah, then I agree with Celia.
Actually, okay, so the spider and the raven were deities that ended up starting happening after Shadowfell became a thing.
Yes.
Like, one was an archfey and one was something else. I forgot.
They
we
were
were
they were both archfey, I think.
Yeah.
Because one was, I think, Norse,
Yes, yes.
Right, yeah.
and the other was Aranea, the Greek.
Mhm.
Yeah, the spider was Aranea.
The dragon, would that have existed since before Shadowfell became a thing? Because
Yes.
dragons exist in Feywild.
Yes.
Like, we met dragons. We know there's a freaking super dangerous dragon that's kind of wanna eat all of the tabaxi.
Yeah,
Nom.
you do. Maybe because one of the tabaxis stabbed his eye out or something.
Yeah.
Well,
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
I'm seeing that we're heading towards heisting the Dragonheart. I'm just really anxious about the fallout for that.
Yeah, and
Let's not get caught though.
I don't think that is the biggest problem either. It's the guys that this town Skadweham that we have a tenuously friendly relationship with, the guys that you've been cooperating with, stole one of our most precious artifacts and killed some of our guards. This means war. Fuck you guys.
also
We don't need to kill anyone.
but thing is, although me, Lissa, and Asaki went in there literally like yesterday.
Yeah.
So if that suddenly disappears, Asaki's gonna get under a lot of fire. So I think we should let him in on this, because if not, he's going to take a fall.
Basically, Thomas, the fuckhead, has made it very difficult for us to make a decision here because it's so emotionally fucking charged.
Well, I think the greater I'm gonna default to what it says on the character the NAS, and that says chaotic good. So I'm gonna say let's just
Yeah, it's not easy, is it?
no, it's not easy. Let's just do the Dragonheart.
Hang on,
It's going to be the best one.
The thing is though, Matthias, I'm fine with us doing that over the book, but still in character, I'm not fine with doing it without actually trying to figure out how to cover our bases.
Yeah. I think if
So we agree we want to get the Dragonheart, but there are other logistic problems here.
I think it's going to be a lot more involved if we do the Dragonheart. It means we have to consider the setup and the cleanup, and not just the heist.
Yeah, because if we take the Dragonheart, then first we have to like break in, get the Dragonheart. Then we have to get it all the way over to the Darrow. Then we have to also deal with the fact that now we got an entire order pissed at us unless we have like already accidentally dealt with them. Which
might be worse.
Which might be worse, yeah. And that's just to get this last part of the book before we then head off into. At that point, how many parts of the book did we have again?
We have the others. This is the last piece.
Okay, it's the last piece. Yeah. Okay, then.
So if we can get it back, then we need to figure out how to meld it together and get rid of the curse, and then how long we can freaking keep it. Followed for that.
Would it be possible to? Did we explore whether or not the book itself, if we bring the 3 pieces to the material realm, would that just bring the curse with it? Or
If we, I don't know if we don't put it together, but I know if we put together a book, the curse will coalesce into the book itself and will remove the curse currently from the realm, because then it will exist as a book form. If we take just the 3 pieces and just leave with the pieces, I have no idea.
would it make sense to
I
just?
suspect we will not be able to leave with the 3 pieces.
That makes sense. That absolutely does
That's
make sense.
possible, yes. Thing
I-
is,
though
though, if we put it together and get it into book form, we can have a chance of getting the trees to grow and make portals so people can naturally leave after a while.
Oh, true. Yeah.
All right, another wrench in the spanner, as if we needed more than that.
But
There is a problem if we take the Dragonheart and give it to the Darrow. There's nothing stopping this town from realizing who took it and where it is, and waging war to take it back, casting countless of deaths.
monastery? At the monastery, you mean, or at the other?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because that's kind of a problem. We don't want to incite more conflicts.
True.
Yes, this is. You know what? Why did you have to go on this whole path of rehabilitating my morality system? This would have been such a much more simple, easy decision to make back in the good old days when I didn't care, when all that matters was the mission. Because then
Well, no,
we would just have
so-
stolen it by now. But here we
Uh,
are, debating consequences.
Well, I would prefer an entire society not to get brutally murdered.
Yeah, no, I'm inclined to agree with you there, which I'm bothered by.
What? But okay. So if we weigh the if we weigh the pros and cons, if we just take the last piece of the book, figure out how to meld it together, and just buzz off away from the Darrow so that they cannot track us, and then like figure out how to meld it together, remove the curse, then this place might lighten up, mellow out a bit, so that they don't strictly need the same level of protection. Because from what I understood, it was from the rest of the Shadowfell that they were.
But the thing is, we don't know how long they'll last without the book. And we
True.
don't know how long it will take for us to put together the book. Thomas, do we know if like just putting them all in the same area will make it meld together, or do we need to do something to do it? Do we know?
You don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So we don't know if that is going to be a problem or not, or how long it's going to take, or even if we are going to be able
Good
to do
point.
it, or if we need to leave it with Pyrion.
Oh, also good point.
There is very many ways that we can steal this dragon heart. But whichever way we choose to do it, it has to end in a way where the Darrow get the dragon heart and the dragon clan don't attack or lash out violently.
Yeah.
The Cogner steeples his fingers and goes, would it make sense if we convened a council with as a neutral party, between ourselves and, or like convened a council between amongst others this town, possibly even Skedwetham, and the monastery, so that we could use the art of diplomacy to figure out an amicable solution for all parties. Where
Well, I
Yes.
would like that. Seems to be that the Dragon Temple really is not gonna give up their artifact, though.
Right.
So,
Just want to say, great idea, but I want to just do like the Obama anger translation for Matthias right now, because I'm gonna guess he's just screaming internally now that he's hearing like, yes, let's make a diplomatic solution where we sit and talk a bunch.
let's spend another 4 sessions on this, and
Well,
let's take this
I'm
game
not
about
going to,
killing
I'm not
monsters
going to sabotage the group effort here. If that's what we want to do, then that's what we're going to do.
But I think when the priestess said it's nigh on impossible to convince them to give up the dragon heart,
Mm.
was that even with the consideration that giving that up, if only temporarily, would solve this curse? I asked her that.
Hmm. She doesn't know. Like, they haven't been like very lenient to budge before.
So the question had been posed to them before.
Well,
Thing is-
the Darrow have been nagging for ages for this item.
Well, that's the Darrow. I mean, they didn't have a case to stand
Maybe
on.
so also, if we do that and they say no, they're gonna be on high alert for it being stolen.
Yeah, and they will know it's us.
Yes.
But
I
they
mean,
might just know that it's us
Doing it
anyways.
now, they might know it's us because
Yeah, exactly.
we and me and Asaki has already kind of inquired about it.
Fuck. This is such a fucking hard.
And I think like the thing is, if we are probably going for the heart, I really do want to bring Asaki in on it because he's gonna get a lot of the flag if we just fuck off afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
How about a short break from the planning, and maybe we bring Asaki in on this? And
Yeah. Probably should.
where is your boyfriend, by the way?
What? What? I start.
Hey, Kagna, we don't say that out loud.
Oh, sorry, I had completely.
He smiles.
It's Paul. That's something. I don't know how long he's gonna be awake.
Right, well, just go and get him, because it does sound like something he should know about. That's for certain. I'm sorry bringing you into this, priestess. I hope you understand it's for the good of this realm.
Yes. I just wish I could help some more.
The
So-
insight you provide is more than enough.
If I am able to return to this house of yours,
Hmm.
then I will leave and look up the books in the church. Though I doubt there will be of anything of use there.
Well, anything that at least you can check out would be appreciated. So
Yes, but to be careful not to let others into what we're doing here. At least not yet.
Of course.
I don't like being deceptive such as this, but it must be done for now at least. Shut up.
Everyone, even the fake butlers, start to laugh.
You're so mean.
you deserve it.
But yeah, if she goes off, gets some more information, and then Lissa goes and gets her boyfriend, and then we'll reconvene.
Who's totally not her boyfriend.
Yep, totally not.
Yeah. As Lissa heads out, Cognitive just kind of like looks over at or goes. Have I? May I have fucked it up now? With like looks over at Rusk and just basically does that like.
He just shrugs and he says, "If you manage to fuck it up with that little blood, then it was nothing to fuck up indeed."
Ah, true, very good.
Okay, out of character though, being on this receiving end of people trying to wingman you is fucking horrible. I have been on that. It's not fun.
It is fun if the end result is fun. But it's not
No.
You mustn't forget, it's fun for everyone else.
Yeah,
If-
that's
if-
the
if
important
you-
part.
No, I'm just saying, me, Celia, have been
Yeah.
on a receiving end and it did not end well, and just don't take it too far.
Oh
That's
yeah,
gonna bring certain emotions that I don't want.
I see.
understood.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to do one thing as well while we have the little session pause between the getting the information. I'm going to go and try and clairvoyance down into the dragon chamber.
Yeah.
Since that takes a while anyway, so I'm just going to probe a few times. I have like quite a lot of spell slots.
I'm also checking out stuff.
Just stuff.
Yeah, just stuff, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, stuff.
you know, stuff.
that matter.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of matter.
Yeah.
Important matter.
Yeah. So, where are you going to put the scrying harp? Because you have to target somewhere, don't you?
So yeah, 6 is the temple
Could
of the
I,
dragon.
could I interject and ask if we could resolve me scouting out the place first, because that would be happening first. and I might be able to give you information of where to scry.
That's true. Then we'll do the classic where you're the inside man and I'm the outside man, and we are like communicating with the little spy link.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to save you a bit of trouble straight away before you need to. Oh, this is not Pathfinder. It's
This is true. This is not Pathfinder.
it's not called. It's called HP, not hit points. And it's AC, not armor class. Just setting up a token.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna save you a bit of time and effort here already, because I did tell you that the main dragon temple was not in town.
Right.
So logic says they would be keeping things at their main temple, not the one in town.
That is true. Then I guess we need to figure out where the fuck that temple is. But she knew, the priestess knew.
The priestess knew.
Yeah, so we would probably have asked her then, because we would have known it wasn't the same one. Like the main one. I mean.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because then we could quickly head there and just do some preliminary location scouting at least.
Yeah. So it is a while. I'll pull you back to Shadowfell map.
Mm-hmm.
It is to the east. You see that there's a slight clearing to the east from the town you're in, or path.
Yeah.
It's
Gonna have to wait for it to load.
Yeah.
Is it like over here?
That's the west. I mean, sorry, east is the other.
Okay.
mountain.
Yeah. Clearing. Gotcha.
Yeah, north.
So it is a couple of hours out of town.
Well, if both of us, you can fly on Darius. You can fly on
Last
Darius and.
Probably make the trek not as a flying helicopter either. He is a ranger after all, so I actually, if you just want to send one guy out to check it out, that I actually think is not unfeasible.
Well, I think both of us should
We're
go.
at a high enough level that we don't need to babysit each other if we want to go out on.
No, but do you have
I
clairvoyance?
don't have clairvoyance. I think maybe I can get detection.
Probably. But either way, I think I don't have anything better to do.
It's
So I
about
think-
time management more than anything, but yeah. But you have nothing better to do. You can talk to people. Nas has literally nothing better to do.
Well, I'm waiting for the people I want to talk to convene.
Yeah, I want to know who's going, because I'm gonna let you scout the area, but I need to know who's going.
I want to go.
I'm waiting in town because I'm gonna meet up with Saki later. So you guys do your thing first.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know what would make most sense for.
You can do
Bakari,
with the books. You can actually go with the books.
Yeah, let's do that.
Books? What books?
Books.
The priestess. She was going to the library to find some books.
I'll join in on that.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Nas and Rask. Nas is going like, well, do you really do need a good hike? And it's like tightening down his gear, and like, and Rask probably goes, "What do you mean a hike? Aren't we taking the helicopter? No. We need to push the limits."
Lissa, she's waiting for Azaki.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna drag you over there, and that's pretty much as far as it goes. And I am going to. I'll just drag everyone because you're gonna obviously tell the party what you see.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna drag everyone over here, and then I will quickly just add a token which I can give sight to everyone. Mapping, world map, banner. Controlled by all players.
Oh, what the wow.
And I will give it light as well because those of you who are scouting has dark vision. Wow, that wasn't as far as I was hoping.
I have access to clairvoyance, by the way.
There you go.
If it,
Um,
so I
And,
think
yeah.
before going here,
and you see
like,
guards
we haven't had a long
outside.
rest.
Yeah.
We haven't had a long rest, right?
No.
What?
I need
What
a
would
long
be
rest
the-
to spot them out.
To do
Lisa,
what?
But
for time tracking, if
Yep.
we reach, I think it was around 5 p.m. that I got this minor
yep.
thing. So would you
Yeah,
let me
I have
know?
kind we're not past that. You guys, you went there, so that's like 2.5 hours, right?
It will be 5 by the time they get back.
Yeah, by the time they get back. But it's like that's latest. But we had a short rest, and then we talked to the priestess for a while, and it was like 20 minutes before she came. So imagine that was like half an hour at least.
I'd say, including the wait for her, just say an hour. Because like talking
Yeah,
is
wait and
we.
talk, and then we needed to plan to go there. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that as an hour.
Mhm.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 3:30 when they reach this temple.
3:30 and what? How many days have we been here now?
Day 18. It is 3:30 p.m. when you reach the temple on day 18.
Our sleep rhythm must be whack.
Oh yeah, no, it's completely off the rockers.
Hmm.
So, what were you going to say, Nas, about doing something before we got here?
Oh yeah. Nas, he's able to access some clairvoyance magic, but he needs a long rest. And in game terms, that's to use the extended class rules for warlocks. He needs a long rest to swap out spell slots. Or spells, non-spells. But he
Yeah.
doesn't
Well, you don't need to
Okay,
know
wait,
since I have clairvoyance.
Earlier?
One at a
Hmm?
time, please.
Sorry. I was just asking if you'd used some of those things up when we went for the gnomes earlier. Because we did have a long rest before going to the monastery.
Yeah, but I didn't know we were going to start this morning. Nas
And-
didn't know, so he wouldn't have prepared.
Okay, yeah.
But I can do a clairvoyance still. Or a few. We just need, as I said, we need that information onto where we're gonna put the sensor. And yeah, it does seem like there's this isn't exactly the easiest place to sneak past. Are these guys looking like fucking palace guards? You know, standing just upright there
Yeah.
for show?
Yeah. Well, palace guards aren't just there for show. They are
No.
usually the best trained.
Is there any light sources there?
Nope.
No light sources.
Nope. The glow from the dragon's eyes is just cosmetics. They've painted it blue. I don't know.
How far away are we?
Huh?
Or is that the thing we're seeing? Is that the clairvoyance sensor, or is that just
This is the result of your scouting.
Yeah.
So this is
I
what.
think we should pop. I think we should pop a true vision, a true sight.
Mhm.
And I think I'm gonna pop it on Nas and have it sneak closer. Here, I mean, yeah. Because if it's no light source there, Nas would assume he's able to stay hidden, unless something is going on the.
You're risking them not having any magic to detect you, though.
Yeah, but that's what the true sight is for, to see if there's any sensors or anything like that that could see me using other senses.
That's true. Seeing. But it's less risky to just blind clairvoyance as well.
Yeah, in a way. It's also less fun.
You have to stop sabotaging our success attempts just so that you can have fun with us.
But
When all the
my
party's here,
fun.
you can do stupid shit like that. But now you don't have backup except for me.
I'm gonna save you a clairvoyance spell slot though, and a cost for it.
Okay. But
I don't know if I'm
it's
gonna
a
roll for
third
it, I'm
level
gonna spend the
spell.
resources for it, but
I'm just gonna do it, and then we'll see. Because then we might want you to scout in further, but I want to see what's in the opening or the entrance at least. So like a sensor back here, Thomas. Like,
Um,
would assume in the kind of the entrance hall
yeah,
area.
yeah. You can go in the mouth.
Yeah.
If you didn't.
So
figure that already.
like yeah, further than we could have seen normally, obviously, but like where it is obviously still the entrance. Just so I can have a closer look. AKA look into the actual map.
Yeah. Then I just need to see.
Ooh. Also, don't forget, I am a warlock with witch sight.
Yeah, then do you need true seeing?
I do. It gives me other stuff.
Okay, I'm just gonna copy that banner. Copy. Copy.
All right.
Paste. Just in the entrance.
Yeah, a bit further in, like as far in as we can see.
Okay, and now I just need to check what. So I got something I need to move to the GM layer. Something I need to move to the player layer. That should be good.
Also, I guess since you didn't cast it on me, I've casted this on myself as well. Well, that was straightforward. I guess that's the heart.
You can't quite see from this distance, but you definitely see a slightly glowing artifact thing in a small glass case in the center.
Mm-hmm.
What is the range of true seeing?
120. Do you guys also see what I'm seeing here, by the way?
Yeah, everyone should
Yeah.
see the same thing.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, what the fuck? Just
What?
some dragons, just you know,
and what?
chilling.
And roll me a perception.
Oh god. Why are you being mean to me? Fucking yikes,
big-
all my rolls this time.
Yeah. Because you're being mean to me. You're using true seeing in my dungeon. What do you expect? True seeing through.
I wish you could go like, hey Nas, could you have a look? I can't quite see.
True seeing and scrying and yeah.
Hey man, it's we're high
We'll
level
do
casters.
more teleportation ambushes, dude. You can't
Yeah.
see what's not there.
Uh-huh.
Or take a lesson from your book. Halo jumps. Enemies
Yep.
halo jumping on you.
Yeah. You know that shit's gonna be lethal.
Or do the same thing we did in Nitaros, which were the teleportation ambushes, exactly like Matthias said, where we use clairvoyance and then teleport into the room with everyone ready to attack. That
Yeah.
is the spookiest fucking bullshit. But okay, so describe this boyo.
2 seconds.
Yeah, you.
I don't know if you've watched the one of the newest spellbook animated series on YouTube,
Magic missile.
where they described how the bullshit of perception and stealth in
Oh.
5th edition.
Yeah, I think
Did you see that one?
I don't know if I've seen that one. I saw Magic Missile at least. That was pretty entertaining.
No, because the one he talked about where if somebody is actively sneaking from you
Mm-hmm.
and you roll to spot them, you use your perception roll or your passive, whatever is the highest.
Wait, whatever's the highest? Really?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay,
But that's only when someone is actively trying to sneak against you.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just good to know because that means I will have a minimum of 27.
Yeah. But that is not to detect hidden doors and stuff, because they are not rolling actively against
Oh
you.
yeah, no, absolutely. Like that.
So what
Right.
you're telling
So
me
what
is
did
just
you
don't try so hard?
what did you want? Who did you ask about?
The big boy, sorry, the medium-sized boy here.
Yeah. He looks very similar to the guards you traveled with, the captain. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so a armored drow. Um, he has a dragon insignia on one of his arms, on the armor.
Mm-hmm. And these shadow dragons, are they similar to the shadow dragon we fought?
Yes.
Just smaller?
Yes, just smaller. They seem younger.
Aww. I don't want to fuck with no cute little shadow puppy. Does it look cute?
No, it does.
Okay, good.
It does not.
At least we've got that going for us. Right, cool. Well, that's perfectly exactly what I wanted from this little mission of ours. Sadly, though, I'm not being perceptive enough to see the important things lurking in the shadows. Apparently, but yeah. Now at least Naz doesn't need to sneak in. And I guess after looking into the observatory or into the through the sensor, he just messages with the who did it that had the spice murmur again? It was me, Naz, and
Me.
yeah. So then I'll also tell you this, that what we've seen here, that there's it's quite a simple dug-in cave, circular cave.
Is this within a mile?
Probably not actually, if it's the spice murmur is just a mile.
Hmm.
And yeah, I tell you what you see basically, and I suggest to Naz that we get back again.
So much for the true seeing, scouting. And he looks at you like glowing eyes and just blinks a couple of times.
And then he looks at you with his glowing eyes and says, "I don't know what you're talking about. It worked brilliantly."
I still do wonder if they are exactly what they see.
Yeah, they might not be.
Uh,
If you want, you could move closer to the entrance guards at least. But I would not advise going inside. It's up to you.
Taking the hearts from there would probably trigger some magical defenses. I'm inclined to agree with you.
Alright,
Do I have
then
detect
we
magic? That's just a spell I want to see if I have. I actually have detect magic as a ranger spell of all things.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Which,
Then yeah, maybe that's a good idea as well.
yeah, I'm gonna cast detect magic on myself. I'm gonna sneak up closer. I don't know what it says ritual. I don't have ritual casting, but it is a ranger spell
Because-
it's got an R on it.
yeah, but you can cast it as a ritual. That's why it says ritual in
yeah,
brackets.
yeah, okay, yeah. It's not something I put in. That's
No.
also
You
confusing.
can cast it as a ritual. You don't have to.
Mhm.
So yeah, the range is 30 feet. Then I will go back to this map, and I want you to drag yourself out.
Mm.
And at the bottom.
I just need to find myself on the side panel here because I can't search because I'm not a DM.
Yeah, it's in. It shouldn't be too hard to find though. It's in characters.
I did find myself.
Good.
What did you want me to do? I've dragged myself out. That part I remember.
Yeah. So because I need to check the ranges of things.
What's this suspiciously white gooey stuff on the side here?
Snow.
Oh,
No. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
it does.
You!
Yeah,
Push.
it does. It looks like
Cream?
icing,
Yeah.
like
It
cake
looks like-
icing.
Yeah, icing. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yes.
30 feet is up to the entrance of the mouth. So if you want to move closer, I want a roll from you. You do see that the drow. Do they have any magic on them? Let me just quickly check their character sheet.
That was a really good idea, actually, Matthias. Now we know what magic they use.
I'm gonna do this for you, Thomas.
Yeah,
I think
thank
can
you.
see it.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, they don't
Also, I
actually
guess
have any
if we'll
magic
see
on
if
them.
they can see you.
They don't have any magic on
No.
them.
They don't appear to be having any magic. Okay.
No.
I'm gonna just stroll into the middle there. Like, there's no
Mm.
reason not to, as far as I can tell. I can't
Yeah, see if we
any
can get a
magic.
read on the mouth if they have any wards.
Mhm. Roll me a stealth.
If I fuck up, I have luck. Just be aware of that. I think that's going to be a luck roll.
Oh my god.
That's not a great luck roll. Jesus
Even
Christ.
so you have one thing going for you, and that is that you're at least invisible.
Presumably invisible.
Yeah, he's not even trying to be invisible. He's just relying on them can't see him in dark vision thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm sneaking as if we're all in pitch darkness.
Yeah. Um,
Oh boy. And there's only 2 people. There's Nas and Rask.
Yeah. I have ways of getting out of here. though.
so yeah, you definitely see that they all tense up and start looking around the area.
They're like they heard a sound, but they can't see anyone.
Yeah.
So they're like, what is this? I'm going to do the correct thing, but boring thing. It could be very tense, but I'm going to stay in place. I'm going to stay as still as I can.
Hmm.
So that's what you do in these situations. And considering detect magic only lasts for 10 minutes, that may or may not mean that I run out of detect magic, depending on when I think.
The
Mhm.
detect magic should at least now see if there's anything by the sort of mouth of the cave, right?
It should.
Does he read anything?
Nothing yet magical. I'm not gonna move them because I'm not on the right map as you right now. But
Okay.
they are wandering around. One of them is 10 feet from you. The rest are kind of searching a bit, like in the area.
Raskin mentally says, "Do you need any help?"
I don't think you're within 30 feet of me, and
I have the spice.
oh
thing.
yeah, we can use the spice murmur. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's true. No, I am good. Just need to play my cards right, and I like try to sidestep a person who's just close to me.
Mm-hmm. I want you to roll another stealth.
I think I want to make my way out of.
Yeah, that's fine.
There we go.
Yeah, you're starting to leave.
Yeah, and I didn't see anything, right?
Nope, didn't detect any magic.
Not with the his witch sight or true sight,
Nope.
and the
But
witch
all
sight
the time.
doesn't reveal them to be demons, hideously demons in
Nope.
disguise.
There is a slight off-puttingness to looking at drow with your witch sight. I just realized. Because they are corrupted by the Shadowfell. So they have slightly lighter skin than what the drow normally have. Because you see the elf as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
But though it
That's
is
true.
it is an inbred corruption through many generations. So they are
And
natural.
inbred?
You know what I
guess the
mean.
gene pool here isn't that large.
You know what I mean.
Well, to be fair, both are correct.
Yeah. So it's like they are naturally drow, but it's still like they have been corrupted, and the curse and stuff does
Mhm.
affect your vision a bit.
But yeah, you GTFO.
It makes sense as he's dancing around, and I said I did that, and I can't just now say, well, it was a good stealth roll.
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't seem like how it should work. So yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of there. I just wanted to get a read of them in the mouth there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Then I guess we sneakily make our way back.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think probably we could get at it, Rask, if we just tried for it.
Get at what?
It seems the art. It seems really open. They don't seem to be able to see me that well. There's no light. They all rely on their dark vision. They have to, because
Yes.
we're in the Shadowfell.
But nothing
Seems
is ever
like-
as easy as that, is it?
Yeah, but they don't know about me. They've never met someone like me, right?
You do know that they are neighbors to Darrow, a race of Darrow that specifically use shadows for their art and fighting, right?
They're not invisible to their senses.
Well, neither are you, technically.
Anyways, I am going to drag you over
Yeah, we're
to
just like discussing. Like Nas really want to go for it, but
here.
Rask persuades him to not just.
So I'm going to drag you over
after
there, and then I am going to say that we can take a 10-minute break.
Yeah. I kind of want to make food, but it's gonna take longer than 10 minutes. But it might take
15?
too long. No, like it's actual proper food.
Mm.
So I might
Yeah.
wait.
But wait till when?
Yeah, because we'll probably go because it will be a shorter session today.
Oh, by the way, regarding that, I might be able to push it a few hours.
Okay.
Because my mother is picking them up, and I told her,
Oh.
like, could you please,
Well,
please just keep them for a while?
I need to run to the store and get some food, but I kind of pushed it all off because I knew we were having a shorter
I
session.
assume
So
we're gonna
Mm.
finish
Yeah,
nine,
we'll
so,
no, we'll have a shorter session. We can't change it like every 3 minutes. So it's nice.
And,
It's nice that you managed to extend it a bit, Mats. But
Well, I haven't technically managed, but
Yeah,
I could
but-
try to.
yeah,
Mm.
no, yeah, we're already gonna have a shorter session. So I predict 1.5 hour more maybe of play.
yeah, sounds good. Whenever we finish planning.
Yeah.
I mean, based on the size of that thing, we could probably pull off the heist today. Maybe.
But then we also do run the risk of
Going over.
Yeah, of
Yeah, I don't want to start the thing and then suddenly no, we know it's gonna take 2 more.
yeah. And we're back. Hello, Button.
Hey, Button's here.
Yeah.
Hello,
Hey,
Button.
Button.
You have scouted the dragon shrine.
Yeah. Certainly have. Now we just need to have the little talk with the hunter boy. See what he thinks about us stealing the
Yeah.
prized artifact.
So you two are away for 5 hours. So meanwhile, I will do Bakari first, and Cogner.
Yep.
As you join the as you join Priestess Evie to scour the books, and I want an intelligence roll of some sorts from the two of you. Let's see.
Investigation.
That'll do.
All right.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Jesus Christ, that investigation. Did he find the fundamental truth of the universe?
Yeah, you found a big, thick, and musty tome.
It was
and-
just labeled 42, right?
Yes, and in it
Wh-
there's
when-
a single page that says 42.
When you next meet Cogner, he's knocked out on the door. He on the floor. His eyes just like completely open, and he can't speak or move anymore because he was overwhelmed by the fundamental truth of the universe.
But yeah, you do find some books on the old religion. There are very few, which is meant that it had a hard DC, but you succeeded and find some books on it. I'll just need to find a name quickly so that I can paste it in chat. I know the name. I just need to find where I wrote it. Here it is.
I imagine Bakari's been like poring over stuff, finding the best sources he can, and coming over to Cogner like happy he found something at least, and then Cogner's just said he's got all the other books in the library.
Yeah, no,
already.
Bakari's got like a stack of books that like go back like 50, 100 years, and then Cogner just comes with this massive musty tome that just like.
You
Like
don't like, yeah. Getting a crit success doesn't necessarily mean you find the right one straight away, but you have a handful of books, but one of them just so happens to be the perfect book.
Yeah.
But yeah, you find that the dragon god, or it's not a dragon god really, it's an elder dragon, because dragons, well, there probably is some kind of dragon gods, but the way it works is that they're just like, they become so old that they pretty much ascend. That's how dragon gods work. So
So you cut out a little bit. So it was a dragon that just got old enough to ascend into godhood.
pretty much.
A dragon that essentially became so old and powerful that the faith of people just hearing about it went, oh, and collected up into being. That's how I see it.
Yeah, exactly. And the dragon was called Narathaxiaris. I'll paste it in chat because that is a mouthful.
Nice.
And he, as far as the book says, he pretty much died shortly after the shadow fell. But his corpse. Thank you for the host button. His corpse was basically harvested, with various body parts being turned into artifacts or relics. Like literally, the classic use of the word relic is body parts of saints. So he pretty much became like his body parts were turned into relics, and his spirit, cursed by the Shadowfell. Let me just get back to the right map now. Yeah, his spirit, cursed by the Shadowfell, is rumored to have become this guy.
Oh,
What?
neat.
This guy? What are
It's
you?
loading for me. So, ooh.
That's the ancient.
I'm
That
not
is
seeing
yes,
anything.
that is the
The
elder.
Deriring Shade, the dragon guy who
Okay.
followed us when we lit up the tree.
I had to check the stream
Hmm.
because it did not load on my screen.
You can try shift setting it again.
It's
But yeah, there have
probably
been.
better
I'm dead.
to reload for me. But yeah, I saw it on the stream, so it's no problem.
Neither male or female, he has just become Death Destroyer of Worlds.
Yes. or Smaug, wherever you wish
true.
to, wherever you wish to take the quote from. So yeah, the running theory is that his spirit became one of the elders,
Oh.
while his body parts have become various relics. Since he got a good roll, the most notable of the relics is there are two, which are the heart and the eye.
It's the eye of the dragon.
Yep. And there's not much on those in the book, but from what you can tell, wielders of these gain draconic power.
Okay, so would then technically, if we got the eye instead of the heart, work as a power source for the gnomes?
There is no definitive answer for this, but you could assume so. Maybe it's definitely a powerful artifact.
At least we could make an argument for it.
Yes.
Yeah. But does it have any like hints at where the eye might be?
No, because this is a book about the dragon that you found in the Church of the Spider.
True.
It's the Temple of the Dragon have been safeguarding these, at least the heart, and you can assume from the Evie's description of them earlier, you can assume they're safeguarding more of them.
Yeah. Nice. Well, I think I basically just reiterate this when we meet up again.
Well,
You mean you're not gonna respond now, all over again?
What? So apparently it isn't just repeat everything that the DM has said up to this point. Well, Bakari.
yeah.
So, insert what has been said so far. That's pretty fascinating. I wonder, like, if they have a reliquary from the rest of the body parts. Like, how big would you say? Because I've been to a church once where they said to have like, oh, we have a finger bone from this or that saint. I feel like if they had that with this guy, then a finger bone would have to at least be housed within an altar, because they're just so big. They couldn't be like in a small reliquary box.
A finger bone on a dragon, you mean?
Oh yeah.
Well, they are probably at least half the size of us, if not the whole size of us. I'm not sure where you're going with this as a player, so I don't know what to respond.
I want to study dragons. Anyway,
Thomas,
Mm-hmm.
Can you do me a favor and just do the full screen of the Darrow to show me the
Yeah.
big Darrow splash?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'll grab it. Give me a sec. Please continue talking while I'm doing this.
I didn't get a good enough look at him last time we spotted the fellow, and we'll have I'll have to see. I'll have to talk this over with the other two when they come back. But if we're going to that shrine, and he's just mumbling to himself at this point, really.
Yeah, well, Bakari's just lost you. He's just like nodding and giving you affirmations, but not really. Like he's got no clue what you're onto.
Yeah, and if this and
Because we don't know what this guys who scouted out the place know, right?
No, they're
Yeah,
not back yet.
yeah, we're in the in the meantime doing this, so we don't even know that it's a massive fucking skull. So Cogner's gonna have a fun time with that. But yeah, no, I don't know. It's just I've seen so many fascinating things after coming to this realm. Just I don't know. It just tickles that that weird that wonderful little edgy goth kid vibe from my 14-year-old self.
Roll a perception, Bakari.
Okay. Is really thing, but okay.
As Cogner is talking to you, you see a it's normal sized, but you see a spider hanging from his little web off of Cogner's clothing. Falling slowly, like climbing down towards the table.
Okay. How would Bakar respond to that then? Because yeah, okay. As you're deep in your own thoughts, rambling on here, suddenly Bakari throws a book at you and then just like stands up. And, ah!
What? Was it something?
Did that at least kill the?
You don't see it anymore. At
Okay.
least.
Bakari doesn't say what, but he's like, "Is he gone? Is he dead?"
It's what gone?
The spider.
Do I see any remains of a spider?
No, you don't see any remains of a spider.
Ah, insanity's fun, isn't it?
What spider?
It was the spider on you, climbing down.
I
And
swear I would
you
have noticed
can
if there was a
clearly see
spider.
that Bakari is frightened here, and he's still walking away from you, looking at the floor and everything.
Bakari, and I look around to just do a quick check if there are any more spiders around me, around us.
You notice that you have like a few like cobwebs clinging to your clothing here and there from your journey in the graveyard. But after you like shake them off, there's you don't see any spiders, any other sign.
Well, Bakari, but I can with almost perfect certainty say that there are no visible spiders in within our immediate surroundings.
And just as you say visible, his eyes like this goes wide, and you can see he's concentrating for a moment, and then he frantically looks around again.
You activate your third eye.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you're frantically looking around. You don't see any invisible spiders either.
And
This is so stupid. I love it. Non-stop.
and oh man, Cogner just like picks up the book that you threw at him. Like, what kind of book was that you threw?
It was from our research material, I guess.
Yeah. It's just a random book about like the history of the town or something like that.
Yeah, was it like a really old book in that
Yeah,
sense?
yeah. I'd assume all the books you found were old, considering you were trying to find info on the oldest religion.
Yeah. Cogner, and then like while you're having a while you're panicking, Cogner just looks over to the book that you threw and steps down and just like collects it very gently and just dusts it off as he takes it up, and like, gotta be more careful with books, gotta say.
Yeah,
think
it's
no ways-
definitely out of character for Bakari to throw an old book like that. He would never do that, really.
Yeah. Bakari, have you been...
He doesn't respond. He's still looking around, keeping an eye out.
Kareem,
Yes.
there are no spiders within our immediate vicinity.
There was one on you just now.
Are you sure you were not just seeing things? I know that we've been here for a while. We know this whole realm has an effect on our minds.
To prove it, Bakari casts a cantrip,
Mm-hmm.
and then he gives it to you.
Nice.
I love it. I love it.
Nice. Also, quick note, I have my own little homebrew on that spell because I think it's stupid that by default you can't do this. But if someone else has the spell, so if Cogner has the spell, you can take that memory and stick it in your own head. If you want to actually see it yourself.
Yeah. And
Because normally only the caster can put it back.
Yeah, but Bakari this doesn't think about that right now.
No,
He
no.
just like,
No.
I can prove it.
Yeah. No. I'm just saying, like, I've always had a homebrew on that spell because I love the spell, but it has very limited use. So I've always just homebrewed like if anyone else has the spell, they can also take the memory.
yeah, Cogner looks at the tangible string of glowing energy, and goes, I don't know what that does. What is that? What did you just do? I think it's the first time I've seen you done that.
It's mind not.
He just basically tells you, oh, I just pulled the memory out of my mind into this what is it, a scroll? Is that what it's?
Thought strand.
Thought strand, yeah.
Yeah.
So he just says it's a thought strand. I pulled out my memory for you to see. And then he realizes, oh, you wouldn't possibly
I don't
know what to do with it.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's. Sadly, I can't read your .tiff file. I don't have the right software for that.
You don't have a brain?
No, I do have a brain. I do have a processor. I do like I do have the hardware.
not-
I don't.
It doesn't know the right protocol.
Yeah, sadly, my brain does not have a Photoshop license. So,
Well,
so
he gives it to you anyway. Maybe you will someday.
yeah, Cogner takes it and then opens up just holds it like this weird little almost weightless wispy thing it is, and just I will hang on to this then, and then takes out his notebook, and it's like a moleskin notebook, so it has like the little pocket in the back, and just puts it in there, and then closes it, and then puts the notebook back in his pocket, and well, if you see any more spiders, this seems to be an irrational fear, so I don't know if you can actually like control your reaction or not. But if you do see any more spiders, know that they're usually more terrified of you than you are of them, and they're also asthmatic. They're little bastards with asthma. It's so the only reason they would bite is because they got cramped or something. So yeah, no, I would definitely be understand if you got nervous about one getting in up your pant leg, for example. That would be terrifying, especially with.
Put that idea into his head.
I mean, the worst part would be if you just suddenly felt one like underneath your armpit. That would be absolutely horrible because that's usually a very squishy place.
Fun fact: my real life worst experience with a spider, like I've never seen any spider than what you have in Norway, but I woke up with one about to crawl into my mouth.
Yeah.
And it was large enough that when I swatted it away, it landed on some plastic bag in the other side of the room, and I heard it land on it.
Oh.
It was large enough to have mass impact.
Yes.
Oh, was it one of those the Norwegian cellar spiders?
Yeah, probably.
'Cause, yeah, they can get pretty big. They're nasty.
And why would it want to go into my mouth?
Spiders do that. Fun fact: during the lifetime of a human, there's some average spiders you swallow. I can't remember the number, but it is
Bullocks, though.
scarily high.
I mean,
yeah, but the
actually,
one that
statistical error. Spiders Georg, who eats 10,000 spiders a year, is an outlier and should not be counted.
though the actual like old saying of 6 spiders a year is bullshit.
Mm.
It's a good one. It's a good story, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it probably happens to people at least once in their life, but I don't think.
Yeah.
Statistics are fascinating.
Anyway, enough.
Yes.
Arachnophobia fodder.
Yeah.
Cogner
Yep.
slowly manages to calm you down a bit more, Bakari, and you don't find any more spiders. In this room, at least, you are in the Church of the Spider, but in this room, at least, it seems clean.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, the two of you continue your research a bit more. I just really saw an opportunity for a good scene there.
Yeah.
Lissa.
Yeah.
After waiting for a bit, it doesn't take too long because he left the same time you left to the Darrow. Ozaki returns after his hunt.
I'm probably gonna wait until like he delivers the meat wherever he's gonna deliver the meat.
Yeah.
And do all of that stuff. But I'm gonna wait for him and at least make sure he knows I'm there, so that he's gonna come to me when he finishes doing his thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then.
Yeah, he delivers the meat directly to the Temple of the Dragon, and then somehow you find each other.
Not sure how much I'm gonna do this in character. I zoned a bit out. But at least I'm gonna like.
That's fine. Doing flirty in role playing is awkward for me too.
Yeah, that's a bit awkward. But I am going to tell him that
Yeah, sorry, but the worst was when me and Mats were playing with Lars, and he insisted with flirting with everyone he met because he was a rogue.
So I'm gonna tell you a secret right now. The reason why Rask isn't very bardy in that way is because I got PTSD from playing with Lars. I don't want to inflict that on anyone else.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna do much of like direct flirting, which is also awkward at it anyway. But she's gonna take him to the mansion because that should still be up.
Yeah.
And probably they do some small talk first, like how did it go, blah blah blah, and I will start filling him in on at least up in the temple.
Yeah.
'Cause he
So
would-
yeah, he says it went well. He managed to fell quite a big beast, which should provide plenty of meat and materials for the temple. So that should grant a bit of favor at least.
Oh, that's good. About that. And I go into explaining how the people on the mountain are kind of slightly crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So them annoying the people here and being kind of we need it is just them being super awkward and not being able to explain stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And how they do have the book and they're willing to trade it, but only if we give them just as powerful artifact in return. So far, aware of.
Yeah, at first he's just like, oh, there is no other artifact as powerful as that book. I mean, the only other thing that powerful would be the heart. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. And like even if we are able to do it temporarily to get back the book, cause get rid of and like point up at the sky. I don't think they're going to take our word for it. Not based on what we heard about the Dragon Temple exactly, and since this is going to be tricky because I know your father has.
I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
Please come with me. And he starts to leave the mansion.
Yeah, I follow.
And he leads you slightly outside of town. To a small clearing where there is a small rock and you can see an old campfire. Like it's not lit, but you see like the signs that this is a spot that has been often used as a campfire.
Okay, yeah.
And he goes over to one of the trees and moves aside some bushes and pulls out a small chest, which is heavily camouflaged, very well hidden. And he goes up to the rock by the campfire and sits down with it there. And he opens it up, and he takes out a small pendant.
I kind of sit close and kind of study both him and the pendant.
The pendant seems very, very mundane. It's like it looks kind of like an animal claw, kind of a large one. I'd say about the length of of a finger, like a human finger. It's quite a large animal claw. Like wrapped with this, or not wrapped, but like wound with small thin leather strips and some silk strips, and turned into a pendant. And he says, there may be another artifact that can provide the power you need, but it's very personal.
I kind of just try to give him space to say it on his own terms, kind of deal.
And he just sits there like staring out across the forest for a bit. You can tell, if you haven't already guessed, that this is one of the spots that he often rests at when he's out on his hunts in Rockmount, because you knew he grew up here.
Yeah.
And he eventually says, when I was first indoctrinated into the Temple of the Dragon, me and my father would often go out hunting together. But my father was chosen for one of the temple's most ancient and sacred rites.
What kind of right was it?
He was chosen to be the guardian of both the eye and the heart of the dragon.
Ah.
The eye he bears with him at all times. It grants him power to protect the heart, which is the temple's most sacred of the two. However, the soul of the dragon still lingers in both, and it changed him. You see he's looking at his pendant and sort of clutches it, and you can gather that that is something his father gave him.
I kind of place my hand a little bit for a little bit on his shoulder to kind of, show support, I guess.
And he says that if you were to take the eye, that should provide enough power for the Darrow. And since they have only been asking for the heart, perhaps that will not shed as much doubt upon them. Also, the Temple of the Dragon will still keep the heart. Having only lost the eye, Your friends are capable. You can perhaps even stage it to look like an attempt at stealing the heart, but then only fleeing after receiving the eye. It does mean one thing, though. And he takes an extra long break and then puts the pendant back in the chest and closes it up again. To take the eye, you'll have to kill my father.
Lisa kind of goes very, very, very still.
After
And she kind of bites her lip a little bit.
Don't mistake me, Lissa. Killing him would be... It would release him. I would be glad for it. But he is my father nonetheless.
Yeah. Still, I'm sorry. Part of the reason why I at least have been hesitant to at least go along with trying this so far has been I'm afraid they might try to turn to you since we already asked about the heart.
I appreciate your honesty.
So I think getting the piece of the book and undo this curse that's been on this land is important. More so for, well, all of you who's been living here all your lives than... I've been here for 3 weeks and it's already taking a toll on me.
If they do come after me, I will just return to Skydwareham. And if they pursue me there as well. And he kind of gives like a, you know, like a smile to cover up worry.
Mm-hmm.
And says, well, perhaps you can invite me to visit your world.
Shut up. Well, I would like that. And now we have more of the leaves of those trees. Maybe there's a possibility to open up more portals. That would be nice. And I give him kind of a something that is meant to be a comforting smile, but also like we're talking about such a heavy subject, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
I wanted to at least to let you in on all of this because I don't want to do it without you knowing.
He just nods in silence and stares off. And the two of you sit there for a while.
Yeah.
Vrask and Naz, you return to town.
And then, of course, we smash cut to Naz and Rask walking down the path, and Rask in the middle of telling a dirty joke, heartily laughing, breaking entirely the tension that was previously set by the scene.
We're coming at on a different path, all right?
Yeah, I think this is outside of town somewhere, so I don't think you would meet up with us.
No. Into your moment.
No, we're not literally busting into their scene. No, I'm just saying, from the perspective of the viewers.
Yeah.
The smash cut. But we come back to town, and this is, I guess, when I use the spice to tell Cogner that we've arrived and that we are ready for the meeting. And we go to the mansion and try to make sure that Lissa's coming as well. And tell the priestess what's up as well, so she's there.
Cogner, Bakari, and Evie all arrive, and then after a short moment, Lissa and Azaki arrive at the mansion.
Right, welcome everyone. I'm excited to hear what you've all learned.
Oh, you're at scouting.
I learned that friendship is magic.
I learned that maybe Shadowfell was the friendship we made along the way.
Well, to quickly surmise what we've seen, the temple itself seemed quite simple. 6 guards on the outside that didn't see through the illusion or the invisibility that Nas uses, nor did they have any magic.
To detect my presence, because I am
Exactly.
stealthy like that.
We also...
You want to go first, Vask? Sorry.
No, go right ahead.
I just thought you was... Anyway, the guards outside, we didn't see any magic for them, and I didn't see that they were trying to pose as something they weren't, just guards. Creepy looking guards, because apparently this place changes people, and my new magic lets me see that change in people.
And then in the inside... Oh, by the way, the entrance was this giant dragon's head. Looked quite epic. Must have been a big beast that felled to create such an opening. but the cave was rather shallow. Only one large circular room. In the middle of it was what seemed to be a plinth with what I can only guess is the dragon's heart in sort of a glass chamber. And it was guarded by a set of 3 guards on either side, I believe, as well as some hiding little shadow dragons. And one could only assume that there are more things hiding in that shadow. I couldn't entirely get a room cleared, but it seemed plausible for us to steal that heart. I don't think it would be very difficult.
Azaki asks, any sign of a heavily armored man wielding a large spear?
I asked the same question to you, Thomas.
Did I describe that to you when you were there?
You said there was one in the center with which looked like a guard.
Yeah,
but I remember much else.
the normal captain.
Yeah. No, I did not see anything of the sort.
Well, he should be there, shouldn't he? And I look at the sake.
Yeah, he nods. And then he whispers to you, Lissa. I do not mind you telling them, but it is a touchy subject. And he stands up and says, all of you can tell that this is an awkward I need to leave the room right now moment. Because he just stands up middle of the plan and says, I need to clean my gear after my hunt. And he leaves the room.
I tell Sarah to follow him.
Yeah.
Do you say that out loud?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna explain him first. So he does actually go and clean his gear, but you can, like, Zara can tell that he is very distracted in thought, because he's scrubbing, or oiling a sword, and then he just mid stroking it with his hand, he just stops up, as if he's frozen or paralyzed almost, and then he just sort of shakes his head and continues applying the oil and stuff like that. He's very distracted. It's very clear.
Mm-hmm.
And does Zara want to use Heartsight?
Yeah.
You can
Yes,
probably guess the result.
Yeah.
Extremely emotional, with regret, longing, and regret, longing, love, fear. It's he's going through all kinds of
big
stages
old
right
cocktail.
now. Yeah.
Very nice.
That's probably what Zara says to you. She's just like, oh boy, this is a big old cocktail.
Well, as he definitely has left the room and is no longer within earshot, Asaki came with a suggestion for what we should do.
All right.
There's not just one artifact, there's 2.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
right. We found out about that. These both the heart and the eye, right?
Yes.
Bakari then shoots, and now we know where the heart is.
Well, I know where the eye is.
Well, haven't we done well? He smiles.
Asaki's suggestion is trying to pretend to go for the heart, but actually go for the eye.
Right, but where is the eye?
It's on the guy he described, which should be there regarding the heart.
But
So-
wasn't. At least
Well-
as much as I could see, but
Okay, so I kind of look a little bit towards Evie because Evie's there too. This is gonna be awkward. To get it, we need to kill the guard.
to kill the.
To get to the eye.
Are you sure we can't just surgically remove it, just knock him out, and then I go in with a
No.
scalpel?
Asaki seemed very sure.
And Asaki is okay with us killing one of his own kind?
I wouldn't say okay, but
You seemed rather awkward, but if he's on board,
he's on board. There's just he needs to process it, okay? And I get it.
So I'm gonna go into the senses of Zara for a
Mhm.
mo. And I'm gonna roll an insight
Mm.
on our little distressed prince. 25.
Mm.
Do I get that this is not just a guard we're talking about killing here?
Well, he is obviously very emotionally tied to the subject, so you probably think something's up. Yes.
Yeah. So Rask sort of cocks an eyebrow and sort of
Yeah.
lowers his
But
voice.
from what you've heard from him before, he has cut all ties to Rockmount, so this seems very out of place.
Yeah. Yeah. He says, "Your friend seems quite upset about
Yeah.
this prospect of killing a guard. Are you sure that's all he is?"
Nope, it's not. But I think it probably has to do with why I had to leave. Or why I cut ties with Rockmount.
I see.
That is... If you have the eye of the dragon, you get powers from it, but it also changes you.
Hmm.
The guard is his father.
Oh. Oh. Hmm.
Oh. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, but he...
No, so Cogner's eyebrows have gone all the way to the back of his head, and now his jaw also dropped through the floor.
Yeah, no, Cogner is looking like a 3D mesh body horror thing
Yeah.
happening, just like
Like
everything is moving around. And...
The source
early days of
filmmaker.
Gmod.
Yeah, source
Source code,
source filmmaker.
Yeah.
His suggestion was to try and pretend we go for the heart, but actually go for the eye in the ensuing battle and then retreat.
But the battle, wouldn't that reveal us as the perpetrators?
Well, you have seeming.
We do have
do.
seeming.
We do have seeming, and I've been waiting for a true situation to test my acting chops. It's been a while.
And also, by taking the eye,
Don't be tasting of Rask. Pass
it's
back.
most artifact. And it might not be as powerful as the heart, but it's still a powerful artifact, so it should possibly still work.
Is it an artifact that the Dragon Clan would go to war for?
Less likely than a heart, at least. Especially if we disguise ourselves as an unknown party.
That sounds marginally better than going for the heart then, although I do not like the concept of killing someone. That might have unintended consequences.
Yeah, same. Same.
Although
I do not like this. I'm okay with something if nobody would killing somebody like this does not feel
I mean,
right.
if we are able to get the eye out without killing him, I mean,
Yeah.
that might be good.
I think maybe actually. So reason we not steal heart is because it is
It's possibly
it
easier.
it would cause war and death and more fighting, right? Yes.
Yes.
The reason we don't steal from Darrow is because we
That's
like them.
It's gonna possibly kill all of them because they will have nothing to protect themselves with.
Yes.
And it's less about liking them and more about the general ethics of the situation.
Correct.
Why don't we ask if they want asylum on material plane?
We have.
I
and
don't
luckily-
believe us.
Yes. Not
They
only
don't
that,
what?
but
They don't believe us.
trust us.
Or trust us. We tried to
And-
escape asylum for in the other town, but you know they don't know them, so they are not gonna trust any of us.
Yes. We the optimal solution to
There
all
is
of
a
this, of
solution
course,
we have tested.
the optimal solution would be as you say, to convince the Darrow to take refuge in one of these towns. But from the little we have invested in researching that option, at least the
There
Darrow
is-
seem to not like it.
Rask, I had idea. I think what we might do is when we were there, I remained hidden to them, presumably,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. There's something about the magic I have, the innate shadowy of it. I don't know, but this realm, certain things does not affect me as bad, and I can understand some of it, like the whisper from the tentacles of the great old one when we were stuck inside the cave.
Right?
This makes me think maybe we could use my connection to that, whatever is, and try to play off that somehow. We keep all of you out of the picture, but because they do not know I am with you and your story of being prophets.
What would be the end
It would
game?
be same end play. Try to convince, come to material plane, seek sanctuary. But maybe if come from more trusted source. You see my point? It's more
We
talking,
had-
but
We had Lyssa there last time, and she has a similar situation as you, even more so. And that
That's-
did not seem to help.
I was checking out their locking mechanism for door, not paying attention, but it's true what you say.
I know as well because I used magic to amplify my acts of persuasion, but the problem is they might believe you and they might see sense in what you speak of, but they are insane. You might have just convinced one fractured part of their psyche of something, and then the other part that steps in might have had an entire misinterpretation of it. It's like herding cats.
But this whole thing, they die, is because they tied to artifact, and when we take it away, they die? Yes?
No, I don't think they die instantly, no.
More that they become defenseless,
Yes.
and they're not willing to give up any of that to people that they don't trust unless they are guaranteed something
I
that they
see.
know will boost.
I do not think them defenseless, and if whole point of this place, of our mission, is to make this place not cursed anymore,
I
will
just
not
don't-
removing the curse make this place a lot more safe anyway?
Remember the time.
don't believe this.
The timeline here is not kind to the Darrow. If we could remove the curse and make this place safe instantly, within the day, then yes, definitely.
I brought
would
this
do
up. Yeah, we brought this up at the meeting earlier today. We don't know how long it would take us to figure out the proper ritual. We don't know.
Happens before, like after we have to leave in 12 days.
Mhm. Yes.
It's 2 years, and we have no guarantee that it's not gonna happen.
So I think while you are now running that line of thought that I was desperately trying to solve last session, I think I've sadly come to the conclusion that the diplomatic option is not feasible. If not, it would have to be in a very grand scale, and it would have to take a long time and a lot of work if he wanted it to do with the diplomatic option, and I don't think we have that time.
So we're faced with the possible death of some senile old gnomes, the definitive death of somebody's father, or the possible death of a bunch of senile old gnomes by the death of angry dragon worshippers.
Yeah.
Mm,
So also they might, if they find out Asaki has been part of this, they might try to get to him as well.
we should also remember the unfortunate situation that the Darrow are in are not one of their own making. They are not of this realm.
If they're not of this realm, Nas pipes up. They are not of this realm.
No, they are the.
They are not of this realm. It's right for us. They are not of this realm. And there is magic. If you are attuned to it, that makes a creature be banished from realm they are on. And
Right.
if they are not from realm, they will be sent back to where they come from.
Yes, but we don't know if what I've just said
If they don't
actually
want to
applies
go
to
home,
the
we
technicalities
can
of
make
magic.
them go.
Right, I see what you're trying to get at, but I know that spell you speak of, banish, right? It
Yes.
just sends them to an undetermined location on their home plane. They would not be safe by that merit.
But could we
Also,
maybe
this
prime
might
it
be their
somehow?
home plane.
It might have
Maybe
been so long now that they would be considered native to this plane.
Yes.
Indeed.
Either way, I think our realistic options still remain the eye or the heart. Nothing else gives us the same breathing room.
Man,
Hmm?
feels wrong to kill an innocent man. We're over this.
I agree. But if what
You don't think I will do?
Listo says is true, that this eye changes its user,
I don't know exactly in what way, but I think it's not good, as Sasaki seemed understandably very upset about it.
Who would have thought that the Shadowfell would have so many shades of grey?
what if we kill him and bring him back?
Is that something we can even do?
No, not I can't, but maybe someone else can.
Like who?
I don't know.
Like you talk about raising someone from the dead.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can create an interdimensional mansion filled with spectral beings out of nothing. I mean, I can create another being, for crying out loud, out of snow. I doubt it'll be very difficult for someone less powerful, even.
Bakari fumbles
bring
with his
someone back.
jacket for a little moment, and then he drags in a chain and holds up the Sunheart medallion.
Right, what about it?
This holds the power to raise someone from the dead.
Ha!
It would destroy the item, but it is a solution at least. An
That
option.
would be quite a sacrifice.
Cogner
Rather at sacrifice, if that's what needed to save a whole realm.
Cogner stands thinking for a minute and then pipes up with, "There is another way. I could call in a favor, but I'll need some time to prepare, and we would have to act fast after we've killed him in that case. But I could bring him back."
Kagna, is there something you want to tell us?
Revivify?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
So, yes, I have this, and currently, like, he's, because we're in the mansion, he's in his casual, human form with, like, only a tasteful amount of the text showing. But like, as you might remember, I have these texts on me, and through them I came in contact with a being with whom I made a deal. don't like the drunk bastard, but
when you say you made a deal with an entity, I assume that like Naz and Brass just look at each other as if who hasn't.
yeah, it's like the rhythm is like with whom I made a deal, and like both of them are like as you do.
Yeah.
As you do, yeah.
And while I don't like the drunk bastard, he has quite the repertoire of useful gifts. And one of them that he has mentioned is the ability to bring someone back from just beyond the brink of death. And as in, if I get to...
Excuse me, just a moment. Just gonna bring this whole thing back to what the fuck? I mean, I've seen you use similar abilities that seem strange, but at this point I've learned to sort of just accept it. But you're saying that there's another divine being in this mix?
Oh yes. You may recall the old Hindu god Indra, as he is normally known. It's the god of which whose texts my body is covered in, and
Oh, I thought that
Yes.
was just a strange choice of.
and like
Yeah.
Cognitive just drops the entire like his entire seeming appearance, and just first of all you can suddenly like see how like slightly drained he is, how his hair goes from like perfectly fluffy and wonderful to just slightly tangled and not actually like looking as fresh as it would be. How he suddenly has bags under his eyes, and all the clothing just immediately like snaps back to the standard military gear that he's been wearing the entire time. And he goes, yeah, and like now it's very, very apparent like that his entire skin, like every inch of him, is just covered in these very fine Sanskrit writings, and
Which are
it-
slightly moving.
yes, they are very subtly moving around, and like some of them are like fading in, and some of them are like overlapping in this like weird pattern where it just looks like they're going like tectonic plates kind of going underneath each other and over so on, and so yes, you may recall I used to wear a lot of makeup back in school, and that was because I was a bit self-conscious about this, even though the rest were a bit more supernatural. But I would like to choose what tattoos I wear, and like it started as a weird little birthmark, but and yeah, no, there's I have an old deity on my side, kind of. I've been keeping him at like at least arm's length because he's, to be honest, he's kind of pathetic, but he is very useful, and he did gift me my weapon, as you might have noticed, and he like summoned forth the like extremely ornate deagle.
I'm sorry, but your ancient Hindu deity gives you a desert eagle.
Yes, because he is a very creative. Like he is aware of.
I just imagine like wait, your ancient Hindu deity gives you a desert eagle, and you're just like, yes, he has internet.
Yes. Even Odin
times.
even Odin goes to the movies occasionally, and so yeah, no, he gives me a small arsenal because he's associated. He's basically the Hindu version of Thor, or Zeus, but like a couple of pantheons back in a sense. So he's not as relevant today, and there's like a few people who still worship him and follow him, but still.
Hinduism is one of the biggest religions in the world.
Yeah, but he's from an older. So Hinduism has like several. Or Hinduism has more than one like set of pantheons, kind of. When I read about Indra, like he's started like becoming irrelevant at least 1,500 years ago. Like he's was turned from being Zeus to being like the old pathetic grandpa god who was not part of the ruling pantheon anymore, and who the hero always like beat up. So he's
He went from being the god of lightning to being the god of static electricity.
kinda. At least that's my interpretation from what I've read about him, and that's the interpretation I'm going with now, and that's Cogner's interpretation. So, if any devout Hindus are watching this and feel very offended by my interpretation of this god, I'm sorry.
Oh no. Okay, now I'm reading up it now, and it might actually be because I know the idea of Thor, and no, not Thor. Forget it. I was mixing up with someone else.
Right.
Yes. So, but yeah, no, he has this.
Quick interruption, Torbjörn. Was that a message, Mats? Do you have to go?
No.
Oh, okay. I just thought you said something. Anyway, please continue, Torbjörn.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, he has been annoying me since my birth, and I've tuned him out for the most part, and it's been kind of useful connecting with him here for some reason. I don't know why, but he's one of the reasons I've been using spells here. He's one of the reasons I can heal people with a look. It's very, and also the whole reason I can put on all these veils and look different, etc. As like Nas does. But
You don't look different to me.
oh, I know. He's also the
Okay,
reason I
well-
can see Nas in darkness. He's got some very piercing eyes. But he did mention a trick that he has, a power that he's used once or twice before, and I did gather the material components needed for it. So I have those on me, and so I have enough for one casting of the spell. But I need to.
I imagine in one of your like communes with this patron, he's just like, come on, you need to drink more alcohol, and then you're just like, no, if you drink too much, you're gonna die from intoxication. And he's like, it's fine, I can bring back the dead.
Yeah, he is basically every time Cogner goes to sleep, he is affected by the dream spell, as this god is just coming like, "Hey man, how you doing?"
Jesus Christ, that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like, in some cases he's learned to tune him out, in other cases just like, okay, I'll play along so I can actually rest.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's like one of those, like pent up things, right? So it's like you can tune him out, but every once in a while, you have to let him in just so that it doesn't overflow.
yeah. So and yeah, so if he kind of every evening he can like let me reconfigure one of the gifts that he's giving me into like the form of spells, and I can switch out one if we go to the temple tomorrow. I can have this resuscitation, this revivification prepared, so that if we do have to kill that one guy to get his eye, then we can also revive him. Though I don't know how happy he will be about it after being revived.
I am afraid of whether or not that's gonna turn him back to how he was before or not.
Yeah,
It
I
could be.
We'll have to try something, right?
Yeah.
And this seems like the cleanest solution.
Shouldn't we at least ask Asaki first. It's
Yeah.
his father. I don't think I don't want to do it without his consent.
Oh no, I agree. You should ask. It's just.
Oh,
By the
yeah.
way, he just looks back to Cogner. We definitely have to talk a little bit more about this later, but for now, let's just table that. Can we bring Asaki in? And look towards the others.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Opens the door.
No.
Oh, wait. I don't know. Here he is.
No, he went out. So Sarah is the one that knows.
Yeah, Sarah probably goes and gets him, tells him that.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
just
ask
out.
him if-
He's just outside the magical gate in the fake camp you made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. He comes back in then.
Welcome back.
And
So-
you see that like he comes in and like sheathes his sword and is like carrying his quiver in his hand instead of on his back and stuff, and you those of you who are more observant, I think it's only Lissa who has insane perception in this campaign, but you do notice that he actually has a few more arrows, so he's obviously been fletching.
Mm.
I look to Lissa and I kind of mentally say, like, do you want to take this one?
I kind of motion him for coming a bit closer.
Yeah, I assume you're in the because you're in the bat cave, aren't you, downstairs? So I
Yeah.
assume you have like a round table type.
Yeah, probably. Well,
Because as we found out, like Vrask's mansion is a mishmash of every kind of pop culture reference. So in the Batcave, there is a Knights of the Round Table table.
of course there is. Well, Asaki, if there was a way to get the eye and also revive father, would you want that?
If it works.
And I look towards Cogner and then back kind of a little bit. We might have a way to do that once.
I have heard of
Possibly twice if you have enough diamonds.
I have heard previous guardians having their eye removed from them. They are not the same even afterwards. They hunt it out. They seek it and to reclaim it. Possessed by an urge to be reunited with it. Perhaps
My precious.
perhaps death and being returned will sever this connection. Perhaps not. So it would be good to have him back. There is no guarantee, even with magic, that such a plan would work.
True.
If he is still tied to this curse, then I only ask you for another swift death.
That is brutal to hear. I'm sorry that you've been handed such an awful situation. But this eye, this artifact, it could be the key to clear this curse. And if it's true that you say that he is corrupted by this eye, by its power,
If I did not believe it powerful enough, or was not comfortable with the plan, I would not have suggested it to Lissa.
I give kind of a very short nod. So I wanted at least to tell you that we had the option to try and get him back.
then it sounds like that'll be our plan. We get the eye, and try to bring your father back the best we can. But if we are unable to, we'll grant him a swift death. Just sort of looks for him for affirmation.
Yeah, he's kind of like just staring at the table, but he slightly nods and says, "I laid my father to rest many years ago. I was not expecting this to return to me."
Very well then. Everyone in agreement? Looks to the table.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with this, but since we can save him with the revivification, I'm in.
I mean, we have the option to try now. I think that's the best we can ask for.
Yes.
Did we get an understanding on why killing his father would actually be reasonable to him? Since, like, it is his religion, isn't it? Or did he leave it?
It's not Azaki's religion now.
He grew up with it, but then he left after the father.
Okay, yeah, because
got
I just
right.
heard earlier you mentioned they were both indoctrinated. But
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he was, but he left.
The way I understood it is that he has been corrupted by the connection to the Great Old One.
Oh yeah, the father. Yeah, probably. And then, like, even if we take it and don't kill him the first time around, he's going to try and get the eye back as a man possessed. Hence why I think that's probably one of the main reasons we have to kill him first to get the eye in the first place. Because it's gonna be nigh impossible to get it without doing so. And we can't exactly leave him uncorrupted, because then he's going to definitely follow and murder all the gnomes.
Leave him uncorrupted.
Yeah, if we leave him alive and then he still stays corrupted, he's going to try and get it back, even if it means genocide on the gnomes. So hence why killing him and then trying to revive him and see if that severs the connection.
I think
We
have
also
a plan and ideas we can have. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard moral dilemma no matter what choice we do, I think.
But I think at least this way we have a chance of making it work.
Yeah.
With the least
Also, then when we go in, we use seeming to disguise ourselves, and then pretend to go for the heart, but actually go for the eye, and then try and retreat as soon as we got it, or as soon as we got it, and revive him.
Well, if we are just going to get the eye, there might be alternative ways of doing that. Luring him out somewhere else, somewhere separated. Could be a way to do it.
Azaki says that as bearer of the eye, his duty is to protect the heart. There are very little reasons he would abandon his post.
Well, he wasn't there when I spied it, so does he tend to be hiding?
He has gifts given to him by the dragon, though last I saw him, they only extended to flight.
Right, but he wouldn't have been hiding in that chamber, most likely. If I'd seen into the chamber, I would have spotted him, correct?
Would the eyes in the skull have been hollow, so that you actually could peek through?
Yeah, probably.
So he could have been outside on top of the skull. I don't know.
Well, we saw outside as well.
Invisible. I don't know. There's lots of ways of being invisible here.
And also on foot. Naz was outside on foot.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
so
I'm just
I
saying
don't
there
think
are
with a
options.
long range see invisibility thing. So
Is invisibility an enchantment or an illusion spell?
Illusion.
Because my witch sight lets me see through illusion. Which is interesting. I think I could see invisible creatures. But
That is a good question.
not that it matters in this
Yeah.
case.
But
Sight.
I
It's an
don't think
illusion.
you would anyway, regardless, because invisibility is also a state.
It's illusion, but yes,
Yeah.
if it's a state,
The
then
invisibility spell, a creature you touch becomes invisible. Invisible is a state, so that is not an illusion.
Well, but you get that state from the illusion.
You can get it from other
It's
things.
sort of
Yeah,
like
but you can get it from
I
other
would
things too.
take out session to.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
discuss it out of session if anyone wants to. But my ruling right now, at least, is that which side wouldn't let you see invisibility unless it specifies that you can see invisible creatures. Because
It is a level 15 invocation though.
yeah, I know. But if it doesn't specify that you can see invisible just through illusions, then
I did say I would like to discuss it afterwards.
yeah, we can do that.
The break it point. Right
By the way, Mike Merle says yes.
Oh, in
Yeah,
that
found
case, awesome. You still didn't see him though, Matthias.
Okay.
Just to speed things up for metagame, I'm just gonna say, like, he was there, but none of you looked where he was, so you had no chance of seeing him.
Okay.
Just
So then
and also Roth rolled bad.
the plan that he suggested seems to be the only one. Seems to be the best one then. Fake attack to pull him out. Focus fire him. Get the eye and then teleport out.
Yeah, how long does? But your teleportation spell takes minutes, so we would need to get
No,
away
it
from battle.
yeah.
No.
Azaki says that for it to seem legitimate, you should probably wound or knock out some of the other guards as well.
Yeah.
If you, as you so say, focus fire my father, then your plan is obvious.
You're right, but it would
We
be
need to make it convincing.
It would be a hard play to fight these guards without killing them.
It would be hard with magic, so you focus on him. I can focus on others.
True. That is true.
Which one
And
of you did the magic to disguise your appearance? Because he's seen your seeming spell in effect.
Yeah.
So he asks.
Nothing. Nas is nothing.
I point towards Rask.
Just like finger guns towards Naz.
Well, whoever it is. Because you wanted to draw the attention away from the Darrow.
Mm-hmm.
He looks towards you, Vrask,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, do you have means of communication silently? All of you?
Yes. Not
Uh,
necessarily between all of us at the same time.
Some of it is one-sided, and some of it is everyone back and forth. I think.
Because assuming that you are silent and do not speak, he points at you, Vrask.
Mhm.
Your cape.
Right. Are you suggesting we go looking like demons?
The Shadow Hunters.
demons. Right.
What was Rask's cape?
I have a edgy shadow hunter cape that suddenly came into play. I like it. Nice
Ah.
callback, Thomas.
That's the first time we entered Shadowfell? That you
Oh, you
got
fought
it?
yeah, I think it was the first guild that
Yeah.
you took it. But you fought lots of them.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I meant that he picked it up on the first kill. first time.
It's a very long. It's a very old callback from Thomas there. 10 points to Gryffindor.
Damn.
What? Gryffindor? Okay, so that's what DMs get, because in your campaigns, when players give nice references, you say 10 Slytherin points.
Yeah, the DM is obviously Gryffindor.
Some of my characters have tracked how much Slytherin points they have. Just because it's a reoccurring meme with you. But anyway, yeah, he suggests that. He says, he also says then, perhaps you can even use some of your light magic to call on more of them to provide a distraction while you make your escape.
Yeah, but
And
these gods, they can handle themselves quite well, right? They wouldn't perish to these hunters easily.
no, they should not. And
Then that is a good idea.
and if they believe they have been attacked by shadow hunters, then they will be more confused than hungry for revenge.
I think that is a good point.
How common is it for shadow hunters to wield weaponry, though? Since from what I've observed so far, they all go at it with claws and strange magics.
It would be very hard for us to convincingly play the part, I think.
True, but
Confusion is a good tool.
indeed, and I have
Even if
seen a couple of patrols be attacked by shadows, and in the spur of the moment, it is hard to keep track of who used what, and as Lissa says, confusion is a powerful tool.
And even if they figure out they're not normal shadows, they might not have an idea of what it actually is. Especially considering, well, I use fists, some of us use magic, and most people here don't know what a gun is.
Would it be hard for us to disguise our spellcasting as spellcasting done by these shadow demons? I have, by the way, this is DM to DM. Have you have they cast spells or any of these type of monsters use spells before?
Some of them, not the normal shadow hunters that you have the cape from, but the larger, more unique ones have. You fought a couple, the mind flayers, not the actual mind flayer from D&D, but the mind flayer from Stranger Things. You fought one of those. They had telekinetic magic.
But did they use vocalizations when casting their vocal spells? Like
yeah, they say.
Can I use actor to try to mimic it when I cast my spells?
I'm not gonna rule that and say that you can always do this, but for this plan, I'll allow it.
Nice.
because it is very relevant for your seeming to work in this situation.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Nice.
So we can use seeming to look like shadow creatures.
Yeah, but we should probably look like the caster ones. The ones. What? Can you show them again? The ones you're talking about.
Yeah, I just need to go to the token page, and I need to select all my shadow creatures and find the ones that are relevant.
Because I need to be able to.
Oh look, it's all the ones you missed by not climbing the mountain.
To be fair though, we walked to the dragon temple.
Was that why you wanted to walk, you cretin?
Now you figure
You know Thomas wouldn't throw a random encounter to just us two, right?
I don't know. You never know. Gotta tempt the fates a little bit.
Copy. Right. Go back to this map.
I think that's Nasa's reaction to this strange plane.
Right. So there's several shadow creatures you guys have met that have used magic. So back, way back, there was the. Roll20 is not loading the picture anymore.
Shadow Beast.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see.
pretty rough.
Yeah,
Shadow Beast.
Yeah, it's not loading for me. The Shadow Beast. and the shadow demon. They both used very weak magic. Then there is the Shadowfell Stalker that has some telekinetics.
Mm-hmm.
There is the the big ass Nightwalker that you can't disguise yourself as though.
No,
That's-
that's gonna be hard. All of us can stand like
You
sit on
start
each other's
image-
backs.
Yeah, it's like Voltron.
With a big enough acrobatics check.
It's yeah, it's like Voltron. You need one person for each leg, one person for each arm.
Silent image could probably fake it.
The Bodax, I think, had some. Oh, shift double clicking doesn't work on them. I should make their splash screen to be representing them as well.
Has some abilities that you would notice pretty easily if they don't go off.
Yeah, that's true. The Lost
Oh god.
had some mental things going on, mental magic.
Mhm.
And then there's the hunters, which will have to be Lissa, because they are very melee.
I would need something that would not be magic, because I would primarily not use magic.
Mm-hmm.
So I then the casters would be the shadow beasts then.
Also, like I know those last ones are they can go invisible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can go invisible as well, so that I could fake that.
Yeah, you could fake a lot of what they do. So you just
Yeah,
we just need to get some some similar weaponry that they use as well, like claws. Like I guess both Nas and
No,
Bolts-
you do a good old what is it? Not Hot Shots. That's the parody. The original.
Hot Fuzz, no.
No, what
Top
was
Gun?
Top Gun? Doesn't that have the fight? Isn't that the film? Or was it one of the Rockies? I can't remember it. Hot Shots makes a joke of it either way, where you wrap your hands in bandages, dip them in glue, and then dip them in broken glass.
Yeah.
And
I was
then-
gonna say
Yeah.
that we could easily fabricate some claws.
Yeah, but we are using illusions magic to coast this either way. But we just need the actual things that are going to hit the targets to also match up with the visual. So, like for those of you that are going to be seeming as creatures with claws, you need to have something similar to that as your weapon.
Yeah,
So we
as
need
I
to
said,
get
fabricate spell could easily create something that would map with the illusion we create.
Yep. Perfect.
Wagner.
And also, Torbjörn and Matthias, both of your character has the ability to summon any weapon, right?
Yeah. Cogner basically takes a moment to think a bit, and then like he first uses the disguise self to just configure himself into this weird shadowy being that is almost looks like a shadow hunter, but seems more like a weird caster thing.
It's like a cosplay of a shadow hunter.
Yeah. And the way like it changes, it looks like you're just loading in different skins in a game, and like he's iterating a bit on it, and then he also goes like, okay, well, I probably not. I'm running out of that type of ammo, so and then he summons he summons basically a sniper rifle. And then he like takes a moment, looks at it, and then casts the disguise self again. And the sniper rifle now looks like the Whisper of the Worm from Destiny 2. So it looks like it's just this weird, semi like luminescent dragon staff creature contraption.
Isn't it still going to go big boom and shoot bullets, which are going to be very easily recognizable after the fact?
Yeah, but do they know of bullets?
Well, someone has taught them.
Not in this area.
No, but I mean, it's still not what you'd expect for these, at all. from these shadow hunters.
Well, this doesn't need to be perfect, at least yet. We just at the very least need to be convincing enough during the scuffle, and then afterwards it can be a bit okay. That's weird, because they can't, even if it's a gun hole, they wouldn't necessarily know what it.
I mean, I could
Oh.
also just be using the silenced eagle instead, and have it be like a thud thing. But I would love to try out the sniper rifle. I haven't been able to use it so far in this expedition.
Yeah, but this is not the time.
Oh, sorry. Understood.
We need to prioritize subterfuge here. It would blow back and be too serious of a consequence if we did anything.
True. It's just so very tempting. Okay, but yeah, and it goes back to the deagle and then makes it look like it's an extension of his hand, like it is just a very like long finger, and like I can do something with this.
What about you, Naz? What do you want to do for your weapon? Because you could be melee, right?
Hmm?
You could do melee, right?
I can do melee. It's not my favorite thing to do, but I was also thinking, do we know about dragons?
What do you mean?
Like from talking to Penny back home and everything, what do we know? Is there something, do they have ability to see through subterfuge in any way or fashion?
Illusion
We should
magic,
think-
perhaps. But then they should have been able to see my sensor. My clairvoyance sensor. Also, they should have been able to see you.
It's not close enough, I think.
Also, remember, we did fight a shadow dragon. How did that react to you? Did you get to fight it yourself?
I was wearing a crown of light at the time.
Right. That does tend to illuminate your position.
Yes.
But my point still stands. Do you have any way of fighting or weapons?
I think actually, Vrask, I think I could remain hidden as long as no light is produced. I think I am safe. Nobody
Yeah,
can
but
see me.
don't risk it. Just have an illusion. Have a good cover in case you
You
are
know
seen.
me, Vrask. He kind of looks at you and smirks. I always wear an illusion.
Yes,
not
just
true,
the
but-
right one. As long as it's the right one and you're using a weapon that makes sense, I'm fine. Just be very wary. I don't think that these guards will be a challenge in of itself. I think this play, this act that we're putting on is going to be the greatest challenge to make it believable. And then he sort of, I can't help but be quite excited about that concept. He says with a smile. But yes, it seems like we have a plan. I think we rendezvous and we plan a little bit for ourselves. Think of any ways that we can solve any particular issue, like for instance with how we are going to fight individually and how we're going to fight as a team. It is obvious that the end goal is to kill the captain and take the heart. Actually, no, wait. Couldn't we teleport his body as well?
Probably if we do that and then it works, it would be hard to explain how he can come back to them, even though I don't think that's a good idea to let him go back to the Dragon Temple.
We
Okay,
need
no,
to,
I
we
don't
need to
think I
be,
can
have a way to remove ourselves from, remove the body from.
Yeah, no, see, that's the problem. I think we are going to be in a situation where we're fighting, we manage to get him down, and then what? What do we do then? I think we need to figure that out.
Cogner, how long does your revival thing take?
Well, it takes me. I merely have to invoke the spell and touch the dead creature, but I have to get to him
Person.
within the minute.
So one action within 1 minute.
Yeah.
I think that is something that we might even just have to.
But that would be very suspicious, though, if we were to attack, kill the guard, take something belonging to him, and then use very special divine magic to bring him back from the dead, and then teleport out. That's going to be very suspicious.
That is true.
Taking him with you would probably be the best option, as Aki says.
Problem is, they need to be willing for me to be able to teleport them.
Well, if they're dead, can you teleport a dead person?
Oh yeah, actually you can, because when you're dead you count as willing.
You type as an object.
Are you?
If you are dead, yes, I think you do.
If you're an object, you can't object.
It's not wrong.
Being dragged
So,
around.
because I can't teleport with people and an object. I can either teleport with or with one or the other.
Well, I can go invisible and just like shadow step
Wait.
for like 3 minutes.
No.
But the problem is that you need to get Cogner there within a minute as well. So
Teleportation
Have
circle.
them on
which you
standby?
Just
The
because I'm
teleportation-
out of character, just because I'm trying to try and speed things up a bit, because we should be wrapping up soon.
Mhm.
If Cogner is using his sniper, then I would assume that he would have some decent range, so you could teleport the body to Cogner. You don't need to get
Yeah.
Cogner to the body. If you can
but
get the
would
body to
try to
Cogner.
get-
target to be far away and still see into the cave?
Well, we can take the fight outside. We don't need to have the fight be inside.
True, if we pretend to try and get into the cave to the heart and then he comes out to the mouth of the cave.
Mm-hmm.
It will work if we get him just outside the cave.
No.
But
Okay.
if we
Well,
don't,
if we don't, we can improvise.
Yeah.
But Bakari,
Yeah.
don't you have any spells for Canadians in this as well?
I could probably use the magic in the disguise without too much problems. It would be odd magic, but not too far outside of their normal.
Well, the problem is you would have the same problem. You would have to mimic the speech. And I don't mean to belittle you here, Bakari, but you don't seem much of an actor.
I don't pretend to be an actor, but if I need to speak a language, that could be arranged through magic.
Well, it needs to be a language they do not understand, so the tongue spell won't work.
Alright.
But I suggest then that is something you research. We need.
I have one spell that might be of interest.
Okay.
He flips into his spellbook, and okay, I was thinking maybe I could bring people with it, but it doesn't look like I can. A thoroughness is only one myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
But because you have Dimension Door, right?
Plane shifts, but not dimension door.
You don't have
Okay.
Dimension Door.
well, it's no like with Dimension Door. Then that would have been good because then one could teleport and one could take the
Dimension Door.
body. Yeah.
No, I only have Misty Step, and that's not too far a range.
No, that's 30 feet. And I actually had a
I have what's it called? I have this spell here I use all the time.
first.
Yeah. So,
So at
you
least
get away.
Nas and me can get out of there, so you don't need to think about us trying to get out.
No. So Kareem, and Cogner. Cogner
like-
could snipe from the mountains, but
I could go into the ethereal plane. They wouldn't be able to follow me there.
we hope. Can you post the spell, by the way? See how it does.
Link.
Post the spell. It's not formatted, so it's a wall of text. But and if you want a link, I'm doing that in Discord.
Yeah, that's a good way to skip.
Should be.
Okay. So,
Okay, well, at least I think we have an idea of what we can do.
yeah. Then I think, as a player, basically the rest of the time can go to us preparing, and then we say we do the attack tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
after the rest. And it seems like we have all of the sort of showstoppers solved, at least. How we get there is fairly simple. What we do, we lure them out with a fight, use some light prior to get some actual real... Actually, no, wait, that could probably be an issue because they would probably be fighting us, the Shadow Hunters. Maybe. So we need to be... That one needs to be figured out. How do we involve real Shadow Hunters, or should we...
Out of the game as well, but we could do probably just set off a couple of light things ranged just before, and then we can kind of appear and the other shadow
We can warm them up. We can have them attack first in a wave.
something like that. But I think it's
Okay, yeah.
we can discuss possibly off game then, since we're trying to wrap up.
Yeah, but that's something we need to answer properly. But other than that, we know once we have him out, we kill him, but we also make sure to wound some of the guards to make it look real. So here's the act is more important than anything else.
Yeah.
Once we kill him, Rask will teleport him and himself to Cogner's position, to like a safe spot that we choose. And then we will work as quick as possible to remove the eye, and then revivify him.
Yeah.
Does that sound good to everyone else?
I think
Then
that
we
is
can prepare the details next session.
Yeah, so you'll get a the 2 weeks of real time world time to grumble and let this brew a bit.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that is the basic plan at least.
It
Nice.
was actually good that we didn't run a longer session because apparently my mother was not able to keep them, so I'm gonna have to go soon.
Yeah, well, we're cutting it now anyway, so.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have a plan set for next session.
Yeah.
Nice. And I also have the maps and all the tokens ready, so I don't need to prep anything.
Nice.
You
Nice.
can prepare an interesting social encounter based on
That
us
is
trying
true.
to fake an attack.
Yeah, that is true. I need to do a bit of prep for like the because it's not going to be a normal combat.
No.
Uh,
It's gonna be so perfect for Rasko. This is literally
Yeah.
like we're putting on a play.
yeah. And yeah,
Well,
so
it's solution play, so I think we are all gonna have. It's solution play, so I think we're all gonna have fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cogner spends the evening sharpening a spoon.
Yeah, so Naz is going to get to do his infiltration / illusions. Cogner and Vrask are going to be acting and supporting. Lissa is going to get to be punching things, and Bakari is going to be slinging spells around, making confusion. So yeah, everyone's going to get to play into your role.
Lissa is going to be able to do what she always wanted, which is to unleash the inner shadow demon within.
Yeah, she hasn't been able to use it too much, so
Yeah.
that's nice.
Okay, guys, if I wait, if I spend like a night to swap up my spells, I could pick up summon Shadow Demon.
Oh. Ore, ore, ore. No,
And we
it's
are
okay.
waiting at night.
Yeah, you are
Sure.
working at night because
Yeah, I know.
Well, that's something we can discuss over
yeah.
the 2 weeks we wait for next session.
um
Figure it out.
yeah.
Stuff out.
So for reference though, I'm gonna for Celia, because you're writing down the days.
Yeah.
You spend the night now. Just
Okay.
so that we're at the end of this day. You've had your planning and everyone goes to sleep. Basically, and then next session we will start as you wake up, because you may still want to do a couple of days prepping, like buying stuff and crafting gear.
True.
Yeah.
But your planning phase is done and you've all gone to bed, just
Okay.
for the time.
By the way, I could, just as a note, bring more people with the thoroughness by casting it at a higher level.
Mm.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if we want to get more people in on it.
No,
Okay,
but
yeah, no,
I think he
good to
means
know,
like
it's good to know.
to get out,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
bring more people with him to Ethereal.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I misunderstood.
Yeah. So yeah, then we will be cutting the stream. So thank you for watching.
Yep.
And see you hopefully in 2 weeks.
Bye.
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 Bye.